full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita. Rosalitas has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and brunch at the De Pere location on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 3. Check out RosalitasCantina.com or visit the downtown or De Pere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalitas.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com. The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Recovery, it's not just a goal, it's a transformative journey. At Illinois Recovery Center, you'll find an unwavering commitment to provide the support, guidance, and personalized care you or your loved one needs to rediscover a life filled with purpose, strength, and lasting renewal. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new. From sunshades, soft tops, trail doors, to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars, Pure Performance has you covered. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Hey, it's Jackson. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially, saving for retirement and college, while also paying bills and enjoying life along the way. Whether you are starting your financial planning or if you're already retired, call Mark Hanna. Mark works with you to design a financial strategy. His straightforward approach starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your financial needs. Visit evergreenstl.com or call 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC, and offers insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here right now with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. I made the switch to start working with you, James. It couldn't have been easier to make that switch to start saving money.
Well, I appreciate that, Tim, and we appreciate your business. Yeah, this is the time to save money. My goodness, we're all feeling it at the grocery store, at the gas pump, etc. So if you've noticed that your insurance rate has gone up, I want to stress how easy it is to get a proposal from us by going online at carltoninsurance.net.
Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, online at carltoninsurance.net.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's Sports Talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app.
Stupiracy, the podcast where stupidity meets history and conspiracy.
You gotta question these things.
With hosts Scott Rizzuto and Tim McKernan.
I'm here to learn, everybody!
Check out the latest episode, available now. As Riz and Tim dive into the surprising and fascinating history of the middle finger.
What's that supposed to mean?
From ancient Greece to modern day controversies, discover how this gesture became a powerful symbol of defiance.
Don't insult me, okay?
Presented by Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Visit evergreenstl.com or call Mark at 314-889-0503. And by Brown & Crouppen, 222-2222 or getbc.com.
KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA all day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen. Welcome to the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Selvin Vaughn, Jackson Bennett Burkett, Kenneth Iggy Strode, Chairman Kurt with you on the program. Get involved in said program. Phone calls galore at 636-9004 TMA. Collier and Thompson sponsor the phone lines. 314-881 TMA5. Text into the show. Text in vigorously, just like Dan has with the first text that says nature's butt plug.
No.
What's wrong with that? That's the first text I see. It was sent in right at 7 o'clock. The grandfather clock in his living room struck 7, and he then entered nature's butt plug.
What is nature's butt plug?
Clip that off.
What would that be? Something that gets you clogged up?
I guess like a curious tongue, right?
Oh,
man.
I've never heard of such an idea.
You guys didn't discuss this when you were down in Florida?
We did not. Not one time.
It's stupid. Sounds like a stupid vacation.
Oh.
Stupid. And email in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling. Email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com, and be a friend of the feather like Jake Reynolds, controversial winner of the Milagro Tequila Lister of the Month. The audience very unhappy with the selection.
That's who you guys voted for, huh?
I never disclose my vote. I sign an NDA.
All right.
So I can't, actually. Legally, I cannot. How many people vote on it, Jackson?
5.
Chairman Kirk gets a vote?
Yeah, including Doug. I don't know what he's doing over here with this little
voted.
song.
That's now you're violating the NDA.
Well, I know. Wait, it's not a.
I don't know if that's
violation.
what I voted for.
Okay, all right, that's fair. I thought you were saying like you guys voted for it.
Yes.
Well, so did you, but yeah.
I don't think I did.
100%. I send you someone.
Yes, I voted, but I don't think I voted for him.
Oh, okay. Well, now it's the cat's out of the bag.
Okay.
Yeah, unbelievable. Really disappointing. You'll be served with papers later today. Hope you don't mind.
But to be frank, I just don't. When it gets right down to it, I couldn't tell you who I voted for.
Well, Jackson selects the finalists. Is that correct? Is that how it works?
Some months I have to narrow it down a little bit, get past some of the nonsense that might reside in the entry field, and then some months I just throw everybody who applied that month into the voting pool. But this month, I think I put everyone who applied in there, and I think the best person won.
Well, Doug, it's been controversial. I assume you guys talked about that on your vacation.
Yeah, that we did.
The Milagro Tequila. John Vaughn, I could tell, was pissed. John Vaughn was
just hopping mad.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Jake Reynolds, who I don't know if there could be a nicer human being, has been able to experience some of the delight of the audience not liking essentially everything associated with the show, including our July 2024 Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. You can be the August 2024 Milagro Tequila Lister of the Month by going to TMASTL.com and signing up. And great news, you can keep your anonymity. TMASTL.com is where you can sign up to be the Milagro Tequila Lister of the Month. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. It is the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. If you're in the market for a new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, just go shopping right now at stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com. And if you need to get your car serviced, you can do that as well. Even if you didn't get your car originally from Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. It's online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. It's Munganess, official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. And, of course, the presenting sponsor of Balloon Party on 101 ESPN, Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour sponsor here on TMA. Doug, I guess I'll do Sadie Hawkins with you.
Okay.
Cardinals lose 3 of 4 in Chicago. I was very surprised by that, to be candid with you. And I think the one game they probably should have definitely lost is the game they won, which is really odd. But they lose 3 or 4 to the Cubs despite the momentum they had going into that series. And so they're kind of falling a little bit back in the wild card race. We also have Olympics fun and games with Scotty Scheffler mounting a Sunday charge, John Rahm falling apart, Tommy Fleet finishing second, Scotty Scheffler emotional during the playing of the national anthem at Le Golf National in Gay Paris. Missouri, first week of camp in the books, and the Colonel is ranking the top 25 players since 2000 for Missouri football. And we also have the SEC projections in addition to the upcoming season's college football weekend by weekend ranking of schedule.
Oh. Weekend by weekend schedule rankings?
Yeah.
For each team.
Oh, for heaven's
like the
Who
best,
did that?
the best games.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the top 10 games by watchability. And this was done by Kelly Ford.
Who's Kelly Ford? Why is he chirpy?
Bringing the heat.
He's followed by John Talty.
Ooh.
Oh.
Credibility.
Okay, yeah.
So, for example, on the weekend of October 5th, the second best game is Missouri at Texas A&M. What is the best game that weekend?
Well, give me some initials.
C at FSU.
Chicago is playing at Field and Stream University?
That's correct. Field and Stream's supposed to be good. They're in the Big 12. If you don't know where school is located anymore, I guess Big 12. I don't know where else.
I don't know
where else they go.
Stream.
Mr. Siders has been banty. Good morning, gentlemen. Make today great and take care of others so that you can put their hog in your mouths.
Oh.
Don't let the haters get you down. That's Mr. Siders, and I think he's mocking Jake Reynolds' message of positivity.
Yeah, it seems like it. Well, Siders, I don't know if you're at the top of the rankings when it comes to Listener of the Month by any metric, so no dice.
I believe I won my month after only receiving 1 vote somehow. That's from Mr. Licks.
Untrue.
Mr. Licks won?
Mr. Licks has won a month. Not positive which, but he definitely got more than 1 vote.
I know I've asked this many times before, but do they get anything for being Listener of the Month?
Of course.
Yeah,
you get
tequila,
a
brah.
sick tequila prize pack from Milagro, including a hoodie, shot glasses, bottle of tequila, delicious Milagro tequila, and then you get, in addition to that, a TMA Listener of the Month tumbler. There's only 12 in existence,
right.
like a big tumbler. Says TMA Listener of the Month on it.
So it's a nice little prize pack.
You're damn right it
So,
is.
I'd say
And
so.
we don't mail it out. I mean, you have to. There's like 3 of them still sitting back there on Jody's desk, so you have to come pick them up.
Well, what if the people don't know where to go to pick it up?
They get an email with Jesse,
Oh, do
emails
they?
them and tells
Okay.
them how to pick it up and some details.
So if they don't ever pick them up, who gets these tumblers?
They'll pick them up.
Okay. I don't want there to be a tumbler backlog.
Worst case, we'll just pepper it into the Listener of the Year at the end of the year.
Okay.
But people will pick them up. They always do.
Doug, with the loss last night in Chicago, even though the Brewers losing, Cardinals 5.5 back of the Brewers, a half game up on the Pirates. The Cubs are coming, tra-la. They're 3 back of the Cardinals, even though they kind of sold, but kind of bought at the deadline. Meanwhile, in the wild card race, the Cardinals are 3 back of the Diamondbacks, and the Diamondbacks are in 3rd in the wild card spot. So half game up on the Pirates, game and a half up on the Giants, and as I said, 3 up on the Cubs. But the Cardinals are now 3 back of a playoff spot. That kind of snuck up.
Yeah, that's what happens. You have one bad week. I guess maybe a couple of weeks have been pretty mediocre now. But yeah, the pitching. I guess you guys probably talked a lot about the moves they made at the trade deadline, and everyone seemed to be pretty positive.
Very
about that.
much so.
Yeah.
Probably the highest approval ranking for a Cardinal move, trade deadline or offseason that I can recall from a fan base perspective. I loved July 2022, but I think a lot of people didn't like Bader leaving at the time, so that wasn't universally approved. This was damn near universally approved with regard to the deal with the White Sox and Dodgers. I didn't like getting Sean Armstrong for Dylan Carlson, but, you know, neither here nor there. Fetty and Pham certainly fired up about that.
Yeah. And Pham produced immediately, but you know, as a team, the results have not been there since the trade. But By gosh, maybe we'll get her turned around today.
So the Cardinals will have a one-game series today with a makeup game against the Mets. But here is some of the fun facts for no and tell. The Cardinal starting pitching ERA 5.06 since the start of July.
It's pretty good.
And that's 22nd in baseball, 11th in the National League.
Not as good as you'd like it.
So that's been a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
And Lance Lynn on the IL, and Miles Michaelis with a rough one last night in Chicago.
I still never know what a balk is.
Really?
I see plays that look like balks and they're not, and I see Michaelis last night, which doesn't look like a balk, and it is. I never know really what the rule is. It seems like it's very discretionary based on the umpire.
Well, it's not supposed to be discretionary, but sometimes it can be just a minor little thing that you don't pick up if you're not really looking for it very carefully.
Miles Michaelis balked in the tying run last night.
Yeah. But, I mean, scoring 2 runs is not going to win you a lot of baseball games, especially when your 2 runs are coming from your scrappy leadoff guy. Boy, hit that one good, though. But, yeah, their struggle against lefties this year is brutal. Brutal. They've lost 15 of 23 games starting against lefties this year.
And Goldschmidt and Arenado are supposed to take care of that kind of thing.
That would be ideal, and Wilson Contreras as well, and then you brought in Tommy Pham to kind of alleviate some of that, and yet still not.
And win. You'd think they'd have enough right-handed hitters.
One would think, but they haven't. They have not.
Yeah, when your superstars don't play like superstars, then you got a problem.
Brewers have kind of been fumble-effing around themselves. But as things stand right now, if you're interested in odds, the Cardinals are plus 600 to win the Central. Pirates plus 1,000 to win the Central. They lost to Paul Skeen's start yesterday, though. They had like a 4-0 lead and lost it. Wasn't necessarily on him, but nonetheless, they didn't win a game, and those had been, up until the Cardinals got them, relatively automatic. So, Doug, with the Cardinals back in St. Louis, New York Mets here for a one-game tilt. You going to take the family to that?
Well, no, it's a weird starting time. 4:15?
What's wrong with that?
I've never heard of that before. Isn't that kind of an awkward time to start a game?
I would say so. I'd say it's very awkward. But it's also awkward to play one game against the team on a Monday.
I can only assume it has something to do with traveling.
I would
the team getting out of here.
Probably can't do
Monday
a day
night.
game with the teams.
The Mets have to take the hour and 45-minute flight to Denver.
Okay.
Well, I'm just telling you what they have to do.
Yeah.
So you give them a 4:15.
I just don't think I've ever seen it before.
I wonder if it's a Players Association deal, like if you have one of these one-game things that they don't schedule at night.
Yeah.
Because there's oftentimes they play a night game in one city and then they play a night game in another city the next day.
Yeah,
that happens a lot. I blame the Mets.
You think it's on the Mets?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got Palante going, who's been the best pitcher since the start of July.
Yeah,
so
that could help.
Maybe they'll turn around today. Maybe this will be the starting point.
We can just get hot.
50
We can
games
win
left.
this baby.
50 games on the dot.
Yeah. Well, do you like their chances?
Sorry.
No, what was that?
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Sometimes the notification will pop up. Do I like their chances? Yeah, I think that they can. I think that they can get. I think the pitching will be better. I think the pitching, it can't get much worse since the start of July. So I think the pitching will get better, hopefully, and offense to follow. I hope. Siani going down, actually, when you look at it from an offensive standpoint, it's kind of a kick in the ass.
Yeah, because he started to hit.
Around.
Yeah, he was up to
And
the
now you get
250s.
Victor Scott, who for the last week has been red hot in Memphis, but outside of that has been bad.
Producer Joe says it's a makeup game.
Yes, we know. It was made up from a rainout.
No, we thought maybe it was a one-game series against the Mets.
Okay, don't get down on him now. He was just trying to help.
Well, in the history of baseball, there's never been a one-game series.
I don't think there has been.
Cardinals and Royals have a 2-game series this week, and then they'll have an off day on Sunday. Doug, do you have a problem with the Monday 4:15 start and then an off day on Sunday?
Does that make any sense to anybody?
I'm just telling you what's going on.
They're trying to get fans into the stadium, right?
Yeah, but most fans like off days on Sunday.
Well, that's when people could go. And a lot of people are busy at 4:15 on a Monday.
One would think, I don't know how attendance will be for the first couple innings. There was a one-game series that actually decided the Cardinals' fate in 2021.
How about that, Doug?
That's what you got. The Dodgers
Playoff
were damn near
series?
a 100-win team that could have been ousted in one game.
Was it a makeup game?
No, it was a playoff game.
Oh, well, that's not a series. It's a playoff game.
Right, wouldn't that give it
wasn't
more?
scheduled. I'm talking about a scheduled series.
By the definition of series, you'd have to play more than one game.
Ideally, yeah.
But
You are an idiot.
Hey,
Oh, no.
Joe cleared it up, don't worry.
don't get down on Joe now.
He's just trying to help out.
Maybe I'm just a man of the people.
Okay.
What did he help? Do we not know it was a makeup game is the mess?
Doug, I thought it was a good faith
He
effort.
just reinforced what we already knew is all. Thank you, Joe.
No, thanks, Joe.
Get involved in the program. Many of you have elected to do so already. 314-881-TMA5. Call in. Callier and Thompson phone line 636-9004 email in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Design Air is online at designairservice.com. Sweet mother of mercy, is it going to be hotter than the fires of hell in the next couple of days? But look at the forecast on Wednesday all the way through next Tuesday. Highs in the low 80s. You horse plowing me out here?
No, we're not.
Glorious. But if you have an air conditioning problem today or tomorrow or anytime, go to designairservice.com and work with the great Seth Goldcamp and his staff at Design Air Heating and Cooling, official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Doug's a client, Iggy's a client, I'm a client. Why don't you become a client as well of Design Air Heating and Cooling? If you have any issues with your air conditioning, you go to designairservice.com, and they're out there as quick as you can caper. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com, official HVAC provider of TMA and of the Tim McKernan Show podcast, and we recommend them highly. No upselling. They're just going to fix it and go on about their day. That's what they do. Fourth generation Seth Goldcamp and his staff at Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. And think about it. Doug here is a WFAN caller talking it over with a host who wants John Sterling's replacement to be Nick Manning. Take a listen.
Okay.
Johnny is in Queens. Johnny, you're up on the fan. What's doing?
So what I originally called about, but before I get distracted, was about how I missed John Sterling, because I think he would have made some great calls with Jazz. It probably would have been, because he used to do something like, nobody beats the Jizz. He would have probably said.
Or hey, all that jazz. Something like that, yeah.
Too. And he also he said something getting jiggy with it with another guy. I forgot who it was. So he probably said getting jizzy with it. And then before I go, you talk about the enthusiasm. There's a guy who has a lot of enthusiasm, but he won't get the job. He used to do some minor league games back in the days, a little long in the tooth, but his name is Nick Manning, and he would be like, oh, that's God. He had a very enthusiastic thing, and I know if he did the games, he'd be like, oh, drop in jizz, something like that.
What in the world?
It's funny.
What was that, Jackson?
The Jazz Chisholm era in the Bronx.
That's the kind of calls they get on the fan.
Yeah, but the guy then goes on a little minute long discussion about what the guy was talking about John Sterling after not realizing he just got totally pranked, and that's the fun in it.
We should have heard that.
Yeah, but it guy was pretty boring. I felt the cut.
John Sterling retired. This is his first year out.
Yeah. Well, if you remember it last year, he was calling a game and he got smoked in the face by a baseball. He was like, ow! And after that, I think he's like, all right, I think that's about enough. He's like, I catch one more of these foul balls, I might not walk.
Well, he was there a long time.
Yeah. There was the Yankee fans were a little tired of it would be like a pop fly and he would start going crazy and it would be caught short of the warning track. And they're like, all right, never mind.
Baseball play-by-play announcer is one of the few jobs where people just don't quit. They work until they literally drop dead.
Vin Scully being a prime example.
With two of them here, Jack Buck and Mike Shannon. And John Sterling had to be 80.
I can't imagine much. If once you get the hang of it, a much more fun job. Just
Bob Uecker's still going.
Uecker's 90, I think.
Yeah, that's why everyone wants to broadcast games. It's hard because no one ever leaves the job.
Right.
Once you get it, you never leave.
And these guys have all made a ton of money. Could do anything they want at this point.
Yeah.
And they would rather do that than not work at all.
Yeah, definitely on the radio.
It's probably got something to do with why they're still active and
purpose.
Vital,
in life, yeah.
Beer Cats just sent in a picture of him and our boss, Tommy Mattern. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Where were they?
I don't know.
Good, you met him.
Don't get down on Beer Cats.
All right, and then he also said, all right, Jackson, take a lap. That was a terrible audio clip with zero entertainment value. And it seems like, I wonder if Beer Cats is in management here now.
It could be.
Oh, now this is interesting. Chairman Kurt jumped in, and he's communicating with Beer Cats. Doug, I'm seeing it right before my very eyes.
Okay.
That was me. Don't put that on Jackson. That's from KG.
But I would have cut it also and had it for audio today. I saw it over the weekend. I would have 100% put it in there. So
Where do you get cuts like that?
Twitter, Funhouse.
Yeah, that was back after this.
Back after this, yeah, the Twitter account.
Okay.
I would have cut it as well. So, and me and KG talked about it before the show, and I was like, yeah.
So you were high
on that. I thought it was funny. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care what Beer Cats thinks. We don't do the show. This isn't TMA for Beer Cats.
No, it isn't.
All right, KG, you take a lap. That was a terrible audio clip with zero entertainment value. That's from Beer Cats.
According to you, you are not the arbiter of what is and isn't funny.
No, he isn't.
You might be the arbiter of what ketchup needs more.
Wow.
Now, that was piling on. Doug, that used to be a penalty in football, right? Piling on.
Piling on, yeah, I'll get you. I don't know if that was 15 or 5 yards.
Do you think they should bring that back? Because sometimes you'll see guys piling on.
Well, now it's just, I think, unnecessary roughness.
Then what's clipping?
That's a block below the waist from the back.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad we got that covered.
I guess just any block in the back would be clipping. Right?
What's giving him the business under there?
You punch him.
Eye gouging?
Mm-hmm. You're on the ground, you start punching the fellow. Well, they still call clipping. You're confused about what clipping is?
I can't remember the last time I saw a clipping call. I seen blocking the back.
Well, that used to be clipping.
Okay, got it.
New York's had some good announcers. One of my favorites was Bob Murphy. When I lived in Bermuda, I could pick up WFAN at night. So I'd listen to the Mets game, especially when they played the Cardinals. He always ended it when they won. Back with the happy recap right after this.
Oh.
Power of the Furries took care of the Metropolitans again today.
They also had Lindsey Nelson. He did the Mets games for a long time.
Yeah, Rizzuto was there for a long time with the Yankees, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we've had some good ones, too.
Oh, we've had some great ones. Yeah.
And there's some cities that just get stuck with crap.
Well, yeah, you don't appreciate what we have here sometimes. To hear another game, you go, whoa, these guys are boring.
I feel like a Tirico shot that's just over the horizon.
I was just thinking how great Mike Tirico is at the Olympics.
I was going to say that today.
He really is good.
I was going to say that today. I don't give him crap about how good he is. I just tired of seeing him on everything, but he has done a great job at hosting the Olympics. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, he's dynamite at that.
And that's not easy.
No. Who do you like better, Tirico, Bob Costas, or Jim McKay hosting your Olympics?
Well, they're all great. Tirico a little bit different because he does a lot of play-by-play also.
Well, Bob Costas has done play-by-play.
But not as much as Tirico. Tirico's done football.
So has Costas?
He's done golf. I don't think Costas has done football.
Sure, he did NFL for a while.
I don't remember that.
Well, he did.
Well, they're all good.
Okay.
They're all Wisconsin players.
But he's done. I've been enjoying the Olympics, so.
Yeah, I have too.
A lot of controversy.
We seem to get that every Olympiad. Something happens.
The 33rd Summer
people.
Olympiad.
Stop saying Olympiad.
It's the 33rd Summer Olympiad.
I know it is.
I was watching a little bit, and I did think Tirico was doing an outstanding job.
Yeah, he's just so natural and comfortable and smooth. And
I thought the whole broadcast of it all was really, really good. Where it just jumps around the gold zone thing.
Yeah,
big fan.
Dan Hicks is great in swimming too. They sure make that swimming exciting.
Yeah, him and Rowdy Gaines. That's like his thing every 4 years. He's just
they're very good.
It's fun to listen to. And so I saw Steve Schlanger. He's a St. Louis guy. And poor Schlanger, every Olympics they got him on the cycling.
That's kind of his thing now. Anytime there's
I know,
cycling
it's so
event.
boring. They showed it for like 2 hours yesterday before the other Olympics came out. Like, oh my God.
He's not still based in St. Louis, is he?
I don't think so. I don't know what else he does for NBC other than the Olympics.
I'll always remember him from a charity hockey game. I think I've told you this. It was the media against former Blues. Must be going back to the early 90s, maybe. And I was there. I could barely skate, but they said they needed media players. And Schlanger was on the media team. And the first shift we took, he fell down and starts screaming. And I skate over there best I can to see if I can help and realize I may fall on him. I better get out of the way. So everybody else comes to help him. Compound fracture of his leg.
Oh, God in heaven.
Bones sticking out of his leg.
Oh, God in heaven.
He had a cast to his hip and walked with a cane. I swear a year and a half later, he still had a cane.
Oh, holy crap.
Yeah.
Was he hit or did he just fall?
He just fell awkwardly. He wasn't a great skater either. And hit a rut in the ice or something and fell and twisted on the way down. Compound fracture of the leg bone.
And probably a young guy, I
He
guess.
was. He had to be early to mid-20s at the time.
Holy crap.
That's why I'll never learn how to skate.
Yeah, that's one.
They can never put that option in front of me.
Yeah.
That's one. If you don't know what you're doing, I mean, it's one thing if you play a charity softball game, you're not very good at softball. You can't skate, and you're out there against the Blues. I mean, that's...
Well, as I remembered, he wasn't just a horrible skater. You know, not going to keep up with any of the former Blues guys, of course, but there's a world of people who skate around and fall and don't get hurt, but he just happened to do it just in such a way that just absolutely destroyed his leg.
Somebody told me, I don't know if it's true or not, this isn't a shot at anybody, just told that Claves played in one of those and he had double runners.
He was in the same one I was there.
Did he have the double runners on?
I don't recall that, no.
That'll keep you from falling.
Well, it would help, yeah. Double runners, double blades.
Yeah, I think they call it double runners.
Of course, the former Blues guys thought it was funny to take shots that whizzed right around our head, just barely missed us. Look at that. Yeah.
I'm sure you enjoyed that.
No, I just wanted to get off. Especially after this incident with Schlanger, I was about done at that point.
Short shifts to follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, y'all, what up?
Well, hello.
I will say something about the Olympics. The Olympics is supposed to be, you're representing your country. You're supposed to take it all in, happy that you're there, sportsmanship. I watched Coco Gauff the other day. First thing, she's a tennis player if nobody knows. She's putting up on her Instagram how terrible the living conditions are, 10 girls sharing 2 bathrooms, the beds are awful, the food is awful. And then she goes out and plays and has a bad call against her. She starts screaming at the official. Then she starts crying. This always happens to me, and starts crying. Then she lost and she's done. I mean, come on. Show some sportsmanship. Don't sit there and trash everything.
Some of those tennis players are a little spoiled.
I don't think she's 20 yet.
But they've been stars their whole lives in an individual sport. They get babied and pampered and told how wonderful they are.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
And then they make millions before they're 20 years old. And now they expect to be treated like kings and queens the rest of their life.
And then she said, and everybody moved out into a hotel, but I stayed. Why are you bitching about it? You could have left. I'm sure the Olympic basketball team isn't staying in the dorms.
Doubtful.
But I just find that sad when you go there and you're supposed to be enjoying yourself, represent your country, and all you do is bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, anyway.
Other than that, I've been enjoying the Olympics.
Yeah.
I mean, the 100-yard dash was amazing.
I still like my favorite is the guy from Turkey did the shooting. Talk about him with no special gear or anything. He just showed up. They did an interview with him later, and he said he learned to shoot. Did you read this? He said he learned to shoot because he was going through a contentious divorce, and he was worried about his wife.
Jesus.
He was a mechanic. No special job or anything. Just learned to shoot that way. Showed up and just kind of casually took shots at the target and won a silver medal. And they asked him later how this is going to change his life or something. He said he would like to tell his ex-wife he just wants to get his dog back.
Oh, God. A fun little summer in Paris.
Yeah.
It's amazing as many guns there are in this country. We never win anything in the shooting.
The guy just won skeet like 4 straight consecutive times.
Okay, enough Olympic talk. Can we get an update on the fan page College Football Dynasty and all the cheating?
Oh, no.
That's from Beer Cats, who is not happy with today's show.
He really
meeting
is
with
not.
Tommy Mattern about it.
He's the Coco Gauff of our listeners.
Doug, Chairman, you're in charge of this league as well. Doug was in the Hamptons last week. I know you always podcast the show.
No, I missed it.
Joey Vitale was alarmed that I didn't listen to the show and I missed a day last week.
Really?
And I go, boy.
He really thought you'd listen?
Yes. Chairman Doug didn't get a chance to listen to what's going on. Bring him up to date and bring Beer Cats up to date since he now is in charge.
Sure, love to. I think the lead in that league is the South Carolina Gamecocks just putting on a clinic. They're 3-0. Went to at home against number 6 LSU and just put it on them. Nick Harbor's a real force.
I'm going to respectfully disagree about the lead for at least the people who are not in the league, which is 99% of the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Doug, the lead to me is there's like 25 or 30 guys playing in a college football dynasty league. I guess they're from the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you can tell if somebody is losing a game and they quit and restart. And
who does that?
So, like, if you play against the computer, like, if you're not playing someone who's also in the league, if, like, you're not playing one of their teams, like, you're playing one of the Cupcakes, you can play against the computer, and then in theory, you can turn off your gaming console, and it will restart the game 0-0. And so there was a couple instances.
Did you do that?
No, sir. There was a couple.
Chairman, did you do that?
No, I took my loss like a man.
Yeah.
Who'd you lose to?
BC, baby.
Oh, Boston College. Doug, that's scary for Missouri.
No,
Okay.
it has no bearing.
They're undefeated, though. They're a weapon as well. But, yeah, Coach Vaughn is on the hot seat after a 1-2 start, but he's confident that come SEC play, it's going to be a different story.
But there is.
Who else do you lose to?
Memphis, right?
Yeah, I took an opening week loss to Memphis. That was a user game. That guy's
was?
good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but you.
I thought they played Murray State, and they're like 47.5 point favorites.
Murray State's not in the game.
Is that right?
I don't believe so.
Wonder how Ja feels about that.
Seriously? I think that they are. I think.
Did you lose to Murray State or Memphis?
they
Doug, did you lose to Murray State?
I don't know. It's a game.
It was definitely Memphis.
I thought every D1 school was in there. All right, never mind.
Bobby Fink won the 1,500 meters. Back to this for Beer Cats.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, Gaslight Girl Boss Gatekeep.
But yeah, we nipped it in the bud. There shouldn't be any more nefarious activity.
How were you able to nip it in the bud?
We
Is it a
gave
setting?
There's no setting, but I gave the guilty parties a little spank on the bottom, and there will be consequences if it happens again.
Did they acknowledge they did it?
I think one person may have acknowledged. The rest were just silence, and their silence said everything.
Yeah, basically the penalty is public shame on this here radio presentation, so they'll know.
Yeah.
We won't mention names, but
Is it would that be doxing?
probably, and not to mention I don't know who most of these people are in this league.
Anytime you put people in the fan page involved in anything, there's going to be trouble.
Oh, gosh.
And there could be penalties if it continues, because there is a waiting list of people to get into the league. So
vacated wins and such.
So you can tell when someone stops a game.
Yeah.
Why don't you just give them an automatic loss if they do that?
from now on, that is the case.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were allowed to do that.
Yeah, as the commissioner, I can force a win for either side or do like a simulation.
This guy wields
Doug, is
a lot
that
of power.
too much power?
It's a lot. It's a
Checks
lot
and
of power
balances.
he's wielding. It seems fair. I mean, that's what a little child would do, isn't it? Stop the game and start over?
Yeah.
If you're not winning?
How many gentlemen did? I assume these are all gentlemen. How many gentlemen?
100%.
I think the count was 3.
Three different guys,
in
Doug.
week 1.
Gosh.
And these are like 18, 19-year-old guys?
Could be closer to 45-ish.
More than likely.
And the thought of a loss in a video game is so horrible
Well, and
that they're going to cheat.
As Jackson said last week, there was one guy that played it 3 times. He didn't even get him on the second try.
Oh, no. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, good on Joe Roderick, because him and the UTSA Roadrunners, they took it on the chin by the tune of like 40-point loss to Texas State. He didn't quit. He finished out
hung
that
in there.
He finished out that shellacking he took from the computer.
Is there any money involved in this game?
No, sir.
You think people are just kind of learning to play right now?
Yeah,
They get
that's part of it.
a quarter or two in, they go, oh, okay, I know what I have to do now. I want to start over and make it fair.
Yeah, and we got the league on a pretty tough setting. Not the hardest, but the second hardest. And defense is tough. You gotta man up, put your fingers in the dirt, and get after it, and it's tough.
Yes. So I think now that we've nipped it in the bud.
Okay. Yeah, that's more important than Olympic talk.
You went on the waiting list, Doug?
No.
Yeah,
no.
you went in?
I'm just a coach, apparently.
Not for long.
Tomorrow I'll break down my golf rival tournament today.
Oh, no.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Hello, Vivian.
Okay.
Big game this week, Vanderbilt.
Oh, Vanderbilt this week. Okay.
Joshy Tuna's in the YouTube chat along with 216 other friends of the Feather. KG, we do need to talk. I am on vacationing this week and won't be able to get my game in. If I got to take a loss, I will take it. That's Joshy Tuna. What a man of honor, Doug.
Really is.
That's Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month material there.
Go ahead and give him the L.
If it's a man-on-man game, it's a loss. If you got a computer game, it's a simulation. So DM me.
That's interesting.
Yeah, couldn't you do that first? Just DM them.
The ghost of the Pfister Hotel says Mizzou's defense in this game is trash.
Oh,
yeah, secondary.
Does that concern you for the upcoming season, Doug?
No, it's unrelated.
It is not good.
Colonel writing this morning on PowerMizzou.com, and he's going to be with us, I guess, on Mondays on TMA and Fridays on Balloon Party. That's the way it's going to work. He said on Saturday afternoon, we got our first chance to talk to Eli Drinkwitz since camp opened. He was very understated, just as he was at SEC Media Days. He definitely seems to be focusing on the negatives rather than the positives, and I don't think that's accidental. Since the end of last season, I think Drinkwitz has been pretty clear to undersell and over-deliver. That's the smart way to do things. In the last few years, we've heard Conzo Martin tell us he had enough talent to win the SEC before finishing under 500, and Dennis Gates talk about a Final Four roster and then go winless in the SEC. Sure, part of that's coach speak and trying to speak things into existence and all, but in this day and age where there's fans and media waiting to parse every single word you say, I think the smart thing to do is to downplay expectations, because then people are either happy you overachieved or at least prepared if you don't. I absolutely think Drinkwitz believes he has a team capable of winning the SEC and playing for a national championship. But publicly, I do not expect to see him talking about those things a whole lot, at least not yet. If we get to the Oklahoma game and his team's 7-1 or 8-0, then maybe we start to see some acknowledgement of it. But I think his greatest strength is understanding PR. It got him through 3 years where he was sub 500 on the field. He knew what to stress and how to keep people excited, even if the results on the field hadn't yet warranted excitement. Now, on the flip side, I think he understands the value in not feeding into the fan frenzy that's already surrounding the start of the season. He knows the goals. He has the same goals, but publicly I expect him to fly under the radar most or all of this year. That's Gabe Bjarman analyzing where things are a week into camp as Missouri is, Doug, what are they, 3 game days away from opening up against Murray State, 47.5-point favorites.
Really? Well, we ought to get that one.
Yeah, I kind of like that approach from Drinkwitz. The fan base is already lit up. There's no need for you to kind of poke the fire. Like, it's raging. People are really excited for this. So, in kind of a...
You finna go down for the Murray State game?
Probably not the Murray State game, but maybe the Buffalo game. Hoping to go down for
night
the
game.
Buffalo game. Yeah, I love going to Columbia for a night game. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to go to the Murray State
I went looking for... Doug, do you go to Airbnb or do you go to Verbo?
Airbnb. A few times I've done it.
I've done both of them. So I was looking for a place, because the Buffalo game's a night game. And the first place that popped up was the place that I stayed in my senior year at the University of Missouri.
Oh, nice. East Campus?
A loft right next door. Doug, was it just north of Flat Branch? You ever go to Flat Branch?
I don't know where it was.
I like Flat Branch.
Oh. Great place. I can't believe we lived in there. It was like the Friends group, you know, like living in a place that you look back on, like how the hell they live in there.
Yeah, right.
No. I ran a hell of a sports book out of there. Probably never had more disposable income than I did in 97, 98.
Now, Drinkwitz probably has a big house in Columbia. I wonder if he's got a bedroom for you.
I don't know on that. You could ask. Bring a 6-year-old and 2-year-old.
There's probably some of the players now with NIL money have nice homes there as well.
It's true. Yeah. See if 3 can put me up.
Yeah, that'd be great. I got this media guy staying with me in the post game. I got this media guy. He's been really helping me. He's been helping me with media training.
Then it's Boston College, and that's a day game, right?
Yeah.
And then Vanderbilt, I assume, is day or mid-afternoon.
Yeah, I think it's mid-afternoon.
Doug, week off, and then down to College Station. How do you do?
Well, I'm fine.
Oh, that's going to be a test. That is going to be a test.
Well, the test is Amherst, but yeah, before Amherst.
I don't recall a game where Mizzou was a 47.5-point favorite. This could be a record for them.
They kicked off the season last year with some crumb bum team. I'm sure that they.
I like that term, crumb bum.
But that's a lot of points.
47.5 is a lot of points. That's a lot of guys can get some money just on if they think that the team will win by 40, but then take their foot off the gas and won't cover.
I wonder what the record
According
is.
to Chairman Kurt, they don't have a good defense, so maybe Murray State gets 10
He's playing
points.
a video game.
You're the coach.
I did read that the guys who have had Drinkwitz is listed as really good camps with some of the transfer guys who are coming here filling important roles like McClellan from Florida and Caden Green from Oklahoma. And so that's encouraging, I guess. But I guess the consensus from Drink was sloppy football in the first week. Sloppy football.
Don't they always say that?
Yeah. I don't.
And wouldn't you expect it to be if you haven't played in months?
That's what Gerard Hamilton of Power Mizzou put in context. He said it's pretty rare around the country to go see a team that's executing and firing on all cylinders in the first week of camp.
That bodes well because most teams that are really crappy, the coach will say, we've done some good things in practice this week. I think we're getting better. We know. And then if they're really good team, we suck this week. Just the opposite of what they are.
Right, especially kind of since we saw with media days from UI Drinkwitz, where it's kind of shifting away from maybe some of the Darth Vader trolling, some of the Dan Mullen nonsense, and more into coach speak, which honestly is a nice change of pace.
It's honestly a disgrace that the most renowned almost graduate of the journalism school does not get free room and board when he goes to Columbia. Shame on all of you. It's from Mr. Licks.
No hotels in that damn town.
You wouldn't think you'd ever even have to pay for a meal yourself.
I kind of agree with it, but since Licks said it, he's speaking on my behalf, and I appreciate that.
The statue not going up yet, so really the biggest shame of them all.
Is it still under construction?
I think it's still in the blueprint phases.
Is it one of those like France is making it and they're going to send it over here?
No, like the Statue of Liberty, La Liberté.
By boat. I'm thinking more like a bust. Like they have the bust right in front of Jesse Hall.
Just an enormous statue of Tim's head?
Yeah, just a really big bust right in front of the journalism school there on the quad.
Guys, I dropped off my daughter at Mizzou Saturday, and the boys were on the field practicing punt team. Hope it's not foreshadowing. That's in the Orson Woods Wacko. So he got to write for Power Mizzou.
Yeah, you would never want to practice a punt because it'll probably never come up. It's negative thinking.
I think the punt last year was like third biggest play of the season.
Yeah.
Nevis's field goal, the 4th and 17 against Florida, and the fake punt against Kentucky. And you can make a case it was even bigger.
Shout out to Luke Bauer.
That's right.
D-World.
I know it's more convenient, but have you looked for places in maybe Fulton or Jeff City?
Nah, it'd be no point at that point. I might as well drive.
Yeah, Jeff City would be a good long drive.
Like
Never
30
been
minutes
30 minutes or so.
I just should have gotten them right when the schedule came out,
Yeah, there's just very few hotels, especially football weekends, getting Tiger or Broadway Hotel, damn near impossible.
Is there a campground near there, Tim, where you could pitch a tent?
Get the Plowhawks RV.
What would the Sigma Chi boys say if you just stopped by the house and
I
said,
think we're off campus again.
I think they're back, but I don't think they're at.
We're not at 500 South College?
I don't think that they are. I think DK is still there. I don't know. It's been obviously 4 years since I've been at Mizzou.
Who is the greater non-graduate of the journalism school, Tim or Brad Pitt? We know which one's better looking. That's from Manupal eligible. Yeah, both Sigma Chi's.
Was Brad Pitt journalism? Was that his?
He was, actually.
Really?
He didn't get through it either, huh?
No, it's too tough.
rigorous.
It's too tough.
Could you imagine if Brad Pitt was stuck with it and he's like doing local news?
They're doing local news.
in like Topeka.
Let's see. Good morning, Lick. Sorry about the stocks this morning. That's from the 314. Doug, problematic indications for the global marketplace late last evening is Japan with a monster sell-off and stocks dropping all over the world as today could be a dark day. I know you're analyzing the financials. I know Mr. Licks is. What do you see?
Dow futures have dropped 1,200 points so far.
Strong. That's strong.
1,200. But they say you shouldn't panic. As they say, you don't try to catch a falling knife.
Oh.
But I'm in a panic, sure.
Yeah, but if like your portfolio bottoms out, then that means you get a chance to do this for another 20 years.
Yes.
Why are you making that sound?
That's the change.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I mean that's the
money.
upside.
Yeah, you replace the money lost with more exposure.
Right.
I don't want exposure.
Like any good financial advisor will tell you, when you have gaps in your portfolio, you fill it with exposure, and that will make up for it.
Hey, big boy, I think it's time we talk about building up Dougie Vaughn's brand. I think it's DraftKings. Cal is on the Cal Thompson phone line. Doug, they call in on Mondays.
Okay.
Happy Monday, fellas.
Hey.
Hey, I got 3 quick things for you.
What is it?
First of all, Iggy, you know you have a cough button, right?
Next.
He didn't like it. He didn't like that.
Everybody's thinking it. Just nobody has the balls to say it.
Yeah, next.
Number 2, great show on Friday. Doug, we missed you, but it was awesome. Iggy, you were doing great in the other space, and I thought everybody brought it hard. So great show.
Huh. All right, well, thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't in studio. It took 3 to fill in for you. You should feel good. When I took vacation 1, when you take vacation 3 people have to fill in for you.
Did it?
That's right, Doug. At least 3.
And then my third and final thing. Do you think James Carlton can insure us down in Austin, or can he not insure across state lines?
That's a nice question. I bet James can text me and let me know, and then I'll let you know, DraftKings Cal.
Sweet. Because I think I'm getting shafted on my rates, and I think my wife and I need to combine our insurances because we haven't done that yet. So,
You
anyway.
and your wife have separate insurance?
Yeah, we just got married in December, and we just haven't switched that thing over yet. She hasn't changed her last name either. Is that a problem? Should I be worried?
Well, she's still looking for something better.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. Well, I'm finishing up getting gas, so I got to let y'all go. But
Okay,
that's
sorry
it.
to bug
Have a great
you.
week.
All right.
DraftKings Cal.
All right, Cal.
How many pan coins you got, bitch?
Yeah.
Doug Marcana tells you to never try to catch a falling knife.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is?
I heard that this morning on the radio.
I like that. Jackson, why don't you tell me about Marcana and falling knives?
Yeah, don't catch falling knives.
Nice.
But when something like Marcana falls into your lap, like when a great financial advisor like that, when I'm telling you, you're listening to the radio and you hear this is a sign to you right now that you should call Marcana today. Because if you don't have a plan, if you're just kind of going free and, I'll just figure it out down the road. Bad idea. A good idea is getting in touch with Marcana. It starts with a 15, 20-minute phone call, discussing your needs, discussing where you want to be in life, what your current situation is. He'll educate you on the best plan going forward. And I say educate, meaning he's not just going to say, this is the best plan for you, this is what we're doing. No. He's going to explain it to you in detail. But for someone like me who's not great at finance talk, the way Marcana explains things is so awesome. He's so good at conveying his message to his clients. That's what I think separates him from the rest. That's why I love working with Marcana. And if you get off the phone, if you need to get on the phone with him later on, whether something changes, maybe you just want to have a little quick check on what's going on with your money, you can get on the phone with him. He loves talking to his clients. I couldn't recommend him highly enough. I love Marcana. Call him today.
He is a wonderful gentleman. His number is 314-889-0503. Or go online at evergreenstl.com. I try to keep my whereabouts secretive because I don't like to take selfies with people unless they have a little step stool with them.
Well, security's an incident. It's a
Kind of
thing to worry about as well.
But I will be at family golf this afternoon. I will be at family golf this afternoon.
I wouldn't get specific with the times.
I'm going to say this afternoon.
Okay.
I'll be out there with the boys, my sons, and we'd love going there. Planning, hopefully, going to be able to play in a tournament on Sunday at Family Golf with my older son. It's Family Golf and Learning Center, a wonderful facility to practice. The double-decker driving range, the short game area is a wonderful spot to hit 100 yards and in. Bunker shots, chips, pitches, it's got it all there. Putting green, and of course the 9-hole par 3 course. If you need to get some clubs, they do fittings there. Great instructors, especially for your young people, but also, of course, I saw Bob Gauss there. I was there this past weekend and saw Bob Gauss, PGA Championship 1998, Sahali. And some wonderful instructors, Adam Betts, I saw him there. And I can't say enough good things about Family Golf and Learning Center. It's familygolfonline.com. They do club fitting. Re-gripping is something that I've gotten done there. They make St. Louis better at golf. Learn, practice, play your best golf at Family Golf and Learning Center. familygolfonline.com. Looks like we're getting some stock tips here from the Warson Woods Wacko, Doug.
Could use that.
And he is kind of dialed in. He says, Doug, let me tell you something. You should be making hedge moves right now. The Middle East is on the brink. Eastern Europe's engulfed in war. The American political situation, the weakening of the American dollar due to the petrodollar no longer traded in the U.S. dollar. It's a Warson Woods Wacko. You just got some insight right there.
Sure did.
That could keep you from having to do the show for another, and I say having to do the show, but doing the show another 20 years.
Well, then that's what I'll do. I need to do some, what did he say, hedge fund diving?
Yep.
I'm just waiting for the dead cat bounce.
Nice, I like that.
This is all highfalutin talk. I don't understand. I'm a meat and potatoes guy.
You are meat and potatoes?
Yeah. I got bonds. Got a lot of bonds.
Mr. Licks has inside word. So this is huge because we're getting some of our well-heeled listeners to give, the rest of us insight. Mark my words, the U.S. stock markets will open deep in the red, but will ultimately finish flat by the end of the day. A lot of short covering right now and some panic, but the smart money will funnel in slowly midday, and we should be fine. There's Mr. Licks.
I don't know. This says Japan's, how do you say it? Nike? Nikkei? Nikkei?
I think it's Nippon Te off of Manchester and Baldwin.
Is that open still or is that closed?
They saw their biggest rout since the 1987 Black Monday.
Yep. And that was a good time.
It was not a good time at all.
And that's because the Twins had the fans blowing out when the Cardinals would be in the field, and when the Cardinals would come in to hit, the fans would blow in.
It was all about the Minnesota Twins, yeah.
And no football in St. Louis, right? At that time, 87?
If you're making hedge moves right now, it's too late. Classic dumbass tip from someone living in Orson Woods.
Gosh.
I've been hedged since fourth quarter last year. That's from Mr. Licks.
So you're saying you're too late to the hedge game? How are you supposed to see these things coming?
I don't know.
This is why I do. I have Mark Hanna help me out because I don't know what I'm doing.
Wacko, go dive headfirst into an empty pool. That's from Mr. Siders, who apparently is now in an alliance with Mr. Licks.
God, people are so aggressive on a Monday.
Mr. Licks pulled up his Robinhood app and recapped a few headlines. Get back to the Edward Jones mailroom, bitch.
Oh!
Some little Tommy Trivens. Doug, I thought Jake Reynolds told us to make it a great day, and we're an hour in now, and I feel like it's hostile.
It could be a hostile day for a lot of people as they lose hundreds of thousands of dollars in one day.
But Mr. Lick says it'll come back flat.
Well, I hope.
Wasn't it up like record amounts like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
All right, so it seems cyclical.
Didn't they realize Matsuyama won the bronze medal yesterday? That should have helped Japan's economy.
Doug?
I don't think it has any effect whatsoever.
That is a take. It's a strong take. It's one of the best takes ever.
Yeah, listen to Licks. He's about to lose his father-in-law's fortune. That's from the Orson Woods Wacko. He manages his father-in-law's money? Is that what he does?
Well, if you can get that kind of deal, yeah. Say you can make more money in 5 minutes at the altar than a lifetime of work.
A lot of bonds at age 25? Jesus. That's from There's a Goose Outside.
Couldn't have been joking any harder. I'm not even positive what bonds are.
Doug, you like stocks, you like bonds. Ah, yes, balance.
Not really sure what bonds are. I have savings accounts.
When you hear someone from Orson Woods giving you a stock tip, that's when you know we're in a bubble. That's from Mr. Licks.
What do you have?
I make picks, you make money.
What do you have in your 401k, Jackson?
What do I have in my 401k? That's my business.
But I mean, you didn't put invest in any stocks or things like that for it?
Huh? What are you talking about? I put money into my 401k.
I did.
I know. Then you've...
But I mean, I think I talked to one of Tim's guys. Tim put me in touch with a guy when I decided to do the 401k.
Doug, it takes a team to manage my money.
Because you fought it for a while.
I didn't know how it worked.
It makes good financial sense not to take
I
the
didn't know how
money.
it worked. And Tim's guy said I would put something here. Here's a few, and we kind of invested it, I think.
You hope.
Well, I have more than just a 401k.
I think he took it and put it in my DraftKings roster.
I don't know where I put it. But
Safekeeping.
Down.
Yeah. Well, I have another savings account outside of my 401k.
Why worry about stocks when I get half my husband's paychecks? On top of the monogramming gig, I'm liquid AF. That's from the self-made stay-at-home Ledoux mom. Yeah, she's in a good position.
Monogramming?
She does monogram.
Yeah,
And you sell it.
Pays well.
Right. And meanwhile, her husband is caged up in their pool house in a chastity cage.
I feel bad for him.
Does she do those ice cubes that
I think
Licks goes to?
Licks likes those ice cubes. I think they're in the same industry. Licks doesn't know anything about money. He's raising capital right now by liquidating his Beanie Baby collection on eBay for a solid 3 figures. That's from Danny Tanner.
These are worth more than 3 figures.
Well, you're high on Beanie Babies?
They were for a while. I don't know if they are anymore.
About 25 years ago.
It was a while ago, yeah.
But that means they're due to come back and be profitable again?
It was basically a stuffed animal.
Oh, good. I thought I missed the segment where Flem tries to hop into the finance discussion. That's from Dogtown Ty. Doug, he could go back to back and take that $2,600 and then he would put it into bonds?
What are bearer bonds? You always hear it. What the hell are bearer bonds?
Why doesn't Licks call in and tell us and explain financials to us?
Someone could explain to me what bearer bonds are and
derivatives?
how they differ from cash. I would love to hear it. Because whenever there's like a bank robbing movie, they're always taking bearer bonds.
I suppose you could Google that and have the answer in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, but I want to hear from Licks.
Guys, Licks will be safe. His father-in-law only gave him 5% of his wealth to manage and started an office pool to see how quickly his daughter's poor choice would lose it. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener. Wow, there's an office pool.
It's like an audition.
We like to read books and talk smart things too.
Yeah, we do.
Guys, I went to St. Louis Hair Restoration last Tuesday and had the FUE procedure like Doug. I could not be more impressed with their professionalism and expertise. And this morning, I'm on my way to Chi-Town, Dougstown, for a work meeting, and you can't even tell I had anything done. Only awkward part was I was watching a YouTube stream during the procedure, and Dr. Palinga stopped cutting my scalp and said, "Are they talking about porn?" That's from Augustus James and Anus.
Two people there?
Augustus James, comma, and Anus.
That's correct.
You know, Doug Vaughn, comma, sportscaster.
Oh, I see. I see.
And the award-winning.
Okay, yeah. Well, everybody's going to like their experience with St. Louis Hair Restoration.
And cutting the scalp is a...
No, I don't like that term, but I guess that's what's going on.
I didn't even see it.
They're just like taking little hers out, right? They're just taking little hers.
I didn't feel a thing.
You were having Chick-fil-A and watching movies, right? Movies.
Yeah, it's a World War II picture.
This guy was watching porn?
Listening to the program, I think
I don't
you're
know.
discussing pornography.
Oh.
Market bad equals bond market good. Mortgage rates about to get real good again. Hashtag mortgages with class. That's from Wes Sutterer of USA Mortgage.
Oh. I saw Ryan Kelly do a commercial the other day somewhere online about mortgage rates coming down, so I guess he's back in the game somewhere.
Well, I saw him did one for climbing.
Climb for the kids.
Yeah, climb for the kids.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
No, I saw a different one. Well, he's back out there.
Yeah. See our boy Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
I saw John Vaughn's pics from his vacation, and it's ridiculous to see how good Doug's hair looks compared to how it used to look. That's from Todd Reesing. It is amazing. I don't know if you happen to see it. Chairman Kurt or Jackson tweeted out the picture of us with Tommy Pham.
I saw that. Oh, my God. I look like I weighed 300 pounds.
Well, I didn't even think anything about the weight. You guys always feel like you're heavier than
Well,
you,
yeah, that's...
but whatever. But the hair thing is what I actually noticed it.
I did, too. I said, my God, that's what I look like?
So Tommy Pham was doing that thing that he did after he hit the Grand Slam last week, and and it originated with us in spring training. Was that 2015? Chairman Kurt, you're the one who found the picture, right?
I did find the picture.
Where was it?
I'm sorry?
Where was the picture?
I did a fan page search for the keyword fam, and I put posted by Tim McKernan because I figured it would have been you that posted it.
Wow, okay. Well, that fan page started in 2016. It's interesting. Because I would have thought that was from 2015, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was 2016.
You could have posted it on there after the fact.
Hell, I don't know. But either way, Chairman Kurt found it. And, the hair thing was
crazy.
Was noticeable.
Yeah, it's major difference.
It's crazy how different your hair looks.
But sometimes if the wind would blow, what I did have in the front would go clear off in the back. But now it's all in the,
you brought
in the
that
right spot.
hair jelly down to Jamaica, and you said it didn't work at all.
You posted it in 2017.
2017. All right.
Okay.
Was it like that day, like February or March of 17?
It sounds like that. Yeah, your your words make it seem like it was.
How about that? All right, for whatever reason. Okay, then maybe that's why I didn't see it when I went scrolling through my phone because I was looking in 2015. Wes is actually correct according to the Warson Woods Wacko. How about that?
He is right on this one.
So Warson Woods Wacko and Wes Sutterer of USA Mortgage are apparently working together.
Okay.
How about that? I didn't know that.
Well, that would be nice if mortgage interest rates could come down a lot, an awful lot.
Yeah.
Would that be good for your barn off?
Oh, the barn off. I don't take mortgages, Tim.
Yeah, that's paid
Paid
off.
cash? It was just cash transaction?
Yeah. Mortgage is for the little guy.
Barn off on layaway.
Mm-hmm.
Listeners, please, I beg of you, do not pay attention to Wes Sutter. That's from Mr. Licks. So he is sideways with Wes Sutter now.
If you're getting a lot of financial information solely off of texters into an HD2 radio program, you probably should not be in control of your finances. You should be in some sort of conservatorship, like what Britney Spears is doing.
Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Her dad had it.
Someone else needs to be handling your money.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least another set of eyes on the portfolio.
Well, we were a stock bulletin board show for a long
That's correct.
time.
Swingers Bulletin Board Stock Tips.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of our bailiwick.
And what did that net?
Stephen Wildwood says, I'm about to get busy if that's the case. I guess he's talking about with appraisals. He also said, I made it over 500 this weekend on my fan page. I shot 98 at Troon North, 99 at Greyhawk, 101 at Quintero. The dash showed 132 degrees when we got in the car yesterday. That's from Stephen Wildwood.
I was about to say, playing golf in Arizona in early August has just got to be the worst. I mean, I've been out there in early August, and it's hot.
It was nice in Florida.
Was it?
Yeah, what was it like?
Wasn't it raining a good amount? Oh, I guess
Well,
now
like
it's still-
every afternoon, it rained for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the hurricane, the tropical storm, gotten close yet?
No, we missed it by one day.
Oh, man.
We flew out Saturday, sat on the tarmac for about an hour while they said there's a storm up there and we don't want to leave until we can get over it. And I guess that was the very beginning of this tropical storm, Debbie.
Yeah.
But then we got out, and today...
Were you flying out of Tampa?
Yeah.
And storm up where? Would you have to stop somewhere?
We never got off the runway in Tampa for an hour. There was a storm between Tampa and St. Louis, I guess.
Got it.
It was the very first of the storm clouds coming.
Yeah.
But they just got completely trashed here the last 24 hours. I saw somewhere they were doing rescues in downtown Sarasota.
Ooh. Yeah.
Which, if you haven't been there, what a beautiful town that is.
Sarasota's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that whole stretch from Tampa down
Yeah.
Fort Myers, Naples. I have a buddy in Naples right now who says it's crazy how bad it's raining.
Is that Gareth?
That's MPK.
MPK, Doug.
Yeah.
MP Carey.
Yep. New character enters the chat.
Mike Paul Carey?
That's correct.
Not too far off. Good guy, MPK.
Really?
It's hilarious listening to a bunch of dolts with 3,800 in their 401ks act like they understand a stock market. It's with 636.
Contentious show so far.
We're just talking about rain right now.
If you're at least a 720 FICO, rates dipped at a nearly full point on Friday. Of course, none of you fat hillbillies have that. That's from Scissor Me Timbers.
Are we going to have to do with the richest listener ranking again?
That's where Mr. Licks and Warsaw Woods Wacko have the balance sheet showdown.
Right. I think we need to reestablish pecking orders in terms of money talk, because it seems like everyone's talking a lot and not a lot of people are putting balance sheets to their mouth.
Well, and if you got your mortgage more than 4 years ago, you haven't really worried about it because you're sitting in the 2s or the 3s, and you know you're not going to move because of that. So you just sit there and enjoy the low rates you have.
Yeah, preaching to the choir there, man. Can't get that now.
No, not even close.
Buying a house isn't even on my radar.
Is that right?
Not even on my radar. I mean, I've taken a look at some stuff, but mortgage rates where they are, it's not sustainable for me.
I'm glad I don't have any money. I don't have to worry about all this stuff.
That's a positive spin on it.
I'm glad I don't have any money.
I don't have to worry about this stuff. Mortgages, stocks, all that stuff.
Maybe if you worried about it, you would have some money.
That's true, too.
Doug, Mr. Licks wants to set Wes Sutter and Morrison Woods Wacko straight on the Callie and Thompson phone lines here in our Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Good morning, Mr. Licks.
Good morning. What exactly did Wes Sutter say?
Doug, what did Wes Sutter
don't know.
Mortgage
You
say?
disagreed with him. You must know what he said.
Yeah, why would you call in if you don't know what he said?
I got to scroll down quite a few. Here we go. Market bad equals bond market good. Mortgage rates about to get real good again. Hashtag mortgages with class Wes Sutter, USA Mortgage.
Okay, the fact that he, pimps his company every time he texts in just makes me automatically not trust the man.
Oh.
And Doug, one thing that really ticks me off that you do.
What would that be?
You talk about the market. You don't talk about it in terms of percentage movement. You just say how many points it goes up or down. That's so meaningless. Like, what did you say about the Dow? How much it moved?
Friday it moved. It was down 610 points. The futures are down 1,200 this morning.
It's 610 points. Okay. How many points? I'm just trying to think of how your brain would think about it. How many points is the Dow Jones total?
39,737.
Okay. Are you looking at your phone?
Well, yeah. You think anyone else knows exactly how many points it is without looking at it?
Did you hear that number he just gave?
That's the only way you would happen to know is if you look at it. What, are you just guessing?
I could never be a financial advisor because I would have to talk to the average person, and it would enrage me every single day.
Oh, because you're so superior in knowledge about everything.
Not everything, just most things.
Don't look at your phone. What's the Dow at right now?
He just said it. Why? I wouldn't even have to look at my phone.
No, I'm sure it's changed in the last 30 seconds.
Hasn't opened yet.
What is it
The
now?
market
hasn't opened.
Like some people on this dais.
Yeah, see, you don't know unless you look, so don't yell at Doug. Hey, you just looked at it. Well, how else are you supposed to know?
What does it mean anything? If you say it's down 600 points, why don't you say it's down like 2%? That's more meaningful.
Well, that wouldn't be 2%.
Oh, my gosh.
And are there guys who kick with both legs?
Jackson, why'd you ask about bearer bonds? That's such a unique reference.
I don't
How do you know about
I just don't know what they are. Anytime there's like a bank robbing movie, they're always stealing bearer bonds, and I don't know what the difference between that and cash is.
They're not. It's not a real thing really anymore.
Okay.
They're extinct. It's like an anonymous note that you give. It says you owe. Like if you found one on the street, Jackson,
Yeah.
and it said it was for $1,000 plus interest, that you would be entitled to that. It's
Right.
no, there's not. There's
But
no
if I found
bearer.
$1,000 cash on the street, I'm also entitled to that. Am I wrong?
Mark Hanna is a saint.
I know. That's why I
Don't
work
cut off.
with him. I want to know why you just don't have cash instead of bearer bonds.
It's tax evasion. Just think about it that way. It's a way to evade taxes.
Okay. So you pay less taxes on a bearer bond than you would cash?
No. Oh my God.
He's getting frustrated. Put him down!
Is that not a fair question? I want to hear I want to hear. He's kind of
Sorry,
hot
Lex,
right
we're not
now.
all into the bearer bonds like you are.
It's a piece of paper, Jackson.
Yes.
It says you have loaned money to somebody, or say government. What's a bad think of a bad government? Let's use that as an example.
Okay.
Can you name one?
Let's just say bad government. I don't want to.
Venezuela.
Controversial take, but okay.
Why would that be controversial?
Well, you asked him, he answered you.
It says that Venezuela, which Jackson hates, will pay you back with extra money called interest.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And let's say you have that piece of paper, physical piece of paper. You are entitled to it, but if you drop it on the street and someone else picks it up, they have it.
Okay.
Now that person can claim that money.
Yep.
It's like finding money.
Okay.
Why am I explaining this?
I just asked.
All right. Well, I'm going to go have some food here.
What are you gonna have?
Yeah, where are you dining?
Biscuits and gravy.
Kingside.
Ooh, that's a good spot.
They let you eat there before you work?
Iggy, why don't you tell me the portfolio concentrations of your 401k?
I have no clue what it is.
Do you think it's more stocks or more bonds?
I don't know. I didn't put it together.
I don't have anything to say.
Okay.
And I haven't looked at it. I get emails, and somebody told me, be careful opening it. It's fish. So every time I get one about my Hubbard 401k, I'm afraid to open it.
I don't really want to talk about your 401k.
You brought it up.
You ask him the question.
I don't want to bring it up either. You're the one who brought it up and asked.
I thought you'd know at least one iota of information about it to spark some sort of conversation, but you literally know nothing.
I know nothing about it. I mean, it's not enough money to worry about. I'm not putting like $9 million into it.
Oh.
Well, why are you even putting money into it?
Because people told me to do it.
This is the worst conversation I've ever had in my life.
Well, you brought it up. I mean, it's a terrible phone call. You should know that.
I'm going to go have some avocado toast.
Okay.
Yeah, have fun.
All right.
Felix.
All right, find him down. Cut his mic.
I still don't see the difference between bearer bonds and cash, but we keep on moving.
I guess there's some interest involved in bearer bonds.
Then that's okay. Then that's a fair difference.
Please, please, please turn this Northwestern Mutual whole life insurance salesman off. That's from the Worst Woods Wackos. Is that what he does? He sells whole life insurance?
I guess he could. Someone needs to. Somebody needs to. We just got badly schooled.
Guys, bearer bonds are like email the day prizes in the 590 era. They're not worth anything, never arrive to the true owner, and can be found in gutters in Gangster Pete's dad's garage.
Oh.
Best, that's from Stroder, the abandoned Bermuda Basset Hound. Me and Iggy are looking to be claimed as dependents in Timmy's portfolio. Stroder, the abandoned Bermuda Basset Hound.
It wasn't abandoned.
Todd Reesing says that was the best call ever.
I don't know that it was.
Todd Reesing has been ice cold, honestly.
Ice cold?
Yeah, he's shot a lot and hit a lot of rim. For my money, at least.
Lex 100% works in a boiler room selling pink sheet penny stocks. He wears cufflinks and a vest. You're a loser, Lex!
Oh.
I guess from the Warsom Woods Wacko, and he has had it.
Do people still wear cufflinks? Like, what's the deal? Are people still
If you're
rocking
really
cufflinks?
getting dressed up.
Yeah. Like
Tuxedos and
I had to
things?
get a suit for this wedding this weekend, and I saw they were selling cufflinks. I was like, who's out there? And, like, can people really see them? I don't know. It seems
If you
like
wear the shirt right, you could.
I guess. Seems like a waste of money.
There's supposed to be a little white shirt tuck out from under the
Right. I get
jacket.
that. And
Chairman Kurt, you running the board on Friday when Jackson's in the Hamptons?
Correct.
Wow. What about that?
Big responsibility.
That is.
These
Looking forward to
switches.
it.
Yeah. I mean, once you get the show on the air, you kind of put it on aisle.
And who's working on Balloon Party? Good morning, Grant.
Good morning, Grant Francis, which I think people really like Grant. He's really good.
Like he's a likable sort.
Yeah. And he's like knows a lot about hockey compared to me. So like the wins above replacement for hockey knowledge is substantial when it comes to me and Grant.
Yeah, it's a Shohei Ohtani upgrade there. But as far as the Little Piddles Friday 6 shooter, that's yours. That's your baby.
Yeah, but I think he'll do really good at that because he's a really smart guy. And like whenever someone fills in for me on Balloon Party, I'm like nervous. I'm like, man, they're gonna get the questions, get Tim going, and they send me the questions beforehand. And I'm like, damn it, these are all better than what I
Is that right? Really?
No,
But they only have to do it once every few months.
Yes, that is true. Doing it daily is.
Do you do them now before TMA or during TMA? Before.
I get here around 5:45.
Yeah.
Get everything, all my ducks in a row when it
Sure
comes
you
to programming and everything else, and then for about 40 minutes to an hour, I
Is that right?
I sit here
Wow.
and I mull. Some days are quicker than others. Other days I'm really grinding. But
grinding.
But thank you, to Chairman Kurt, because he, like if I have audio, I know I want in there. I put it in a certain place. He cuts it, gets it all ready to go. Same with links. That frees me up to really lock in on what I need to do for Balloon Party.
God. Andy's running the Fan Page Club Championship and this EA
Dynasty.
Sports College Football Dynasty.
Yeah, he's been an asset.
And Sound Story.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Chairman Kurt.
Been an absolute asset while we transitioned from me going to the board when Plowsy left.
I appreciate that, buddy.
Really, my life would be tough if I was
By the way, are you going ankles out for this wedding?
ankles out. No,
Doug, ankles out for this
don't
wedding.
do that.
I'll be wearing dress sock.
Good.
And put an S on that.
I'll be in a pair of dress socks.
Don't go ankles out.
No,
You'll look at that picture 20 or 30 years from now and you'll say, what the hell were we doing?
Well, yeah, and I'm not wearing a cropped pant with this suit. I didn't buy a suit with cropped pants. It's a pretty standard.
You should go ankles out, dress shirt, no tie.
And you aren't going with your girl?
I'm not. I was invited to this wedding before I started dating my girlfriend, so they did not think of +1.
So Jackson's single in Chicago this weekend.
Gosh. Look out, ladies.
Yeah, Lincoln Park season.
Not me, baby.
You'll be all over Rush Street. Is that still a thing, Rush Street?
I don't know on that.
Marty Monogamy.
Thank you. I'm going to be Marty. I'm Marty Monogamy. This is what I do.
I'm going to Chicago. Stand up.
You want to support the EDF Group as a sponsor of TMA? Well, it's real simple. Do you have a fire extinguisher where you work? The answer is yes, you certainly do. So please email the EDF Group at fire@theedfgroup.com so a technician can come out and explain to your team how the EDF Group can save your company money. Again, that email address is fire@theedfgroup.com. The EDF Group is hired and will prevent your facility from having high fires. Experience the EDF Group difference. Learn more at the edfgroup.com. That is the EDF Group, sponsor of Doug's Hot Take Mittens. We close out our Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. This is TMA, and it's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Hi, this is Chris Pondoff from Illinois Recovery Center. As someone who battled alcoholism and addiction for 20 plus years, I understand the dark places you can find yourself stuck in. Alcoholism and substance abuse takes a heavy toll on your body and your mind, but you can overcome it. Start your journey to recovery at the Illinois Recovery Center, a rehab treatment center that provides comprehensive and customized rehabilitation addiction treatment. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, please know that there is hope. Visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com today.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circus Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rake. Circus Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circusports.com for details.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. Got one from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We're seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster, so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at TMASTL.com.
Stupiracy, the podcast where stupidity meets history and conspiracy.
You gotta question these things.
With hosts Scott Rizzuto and Tim McKernan.
I'm here to learn, everybody!
Check out the latest episode, available now. As Riz and Tim dive into the surprising and fascinating history of the middle finger.
What's that supposed to mean?
From ancient Greece to modern day controversies, discover how this gesture became a powerful symbol of defiance.
Don't insult me, okay?
Presented by Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Visit evergreenstl.com or call Mark at 314-889-0503. And by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222 or getbc.com.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at tmastl.com. KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
Cardinals, Cubs. The weekend that was.
Wasn't pleasant.
City and Juarez. Draw season.
But they really earned that win on Saturday, Doug.
The Cardinals?
Yeah.
Pete Crow Armstrong. Thank you for calling off Nico Horner. Think about that.
I am. And I won't be much good to you the rest of the hour. Thinking about that play.
Call in with your thoughts here on TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. 636-900-4TMA, Callier and Thompson phone lines. Text in 314-881, TMA5. Email in, Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. JV Golf Coach has won both Design Air Heating and Cooling emails of the day in the month of August. I wonder why he didn't have it in July. Did you notice anything?
No, I didn't notice a darn thing.
When you had three-way trade deal,
yeah,
performing at the level they were performing at, it's going to be tough to keep up. But JV Golf Coach has brought strong both days in the both August shows we've had.
I just glanced into the YouTube chat. 250 friends of the feather there. YouTube.com/TMASTL. They are not happy with Jackson running all these ads on the YouTube.
What's the beef?
What ads are you running?
Yes, there are a ton of ads all of a sudden popping up on this show. Teddy Gann.
I thought they were talking about the commercial break. I was like, not much I can do about that, brother.
YouTube.
But there's even less I can do about YouTube ads. There's when you live stream, you have three different setting options for pop-up ads in the middle of your live stream. Again, this live stream costs nothing to watch, therefore you're going to get advertisements. That's how.
But what if you're a YouTube Premium subscriber?
Then you would bypass that.
Okay, I'm a YouTube Premium subscriber. I pay $16.99 a month for that.
Yeah, then you don't get ads. Then that's the benefit of it.
Doug, watch this. I heart YouTube.
Oh, you really?
YouTube's great. YouTube is one of the greatest modern inventions.
Everything.
It's outstanding.
I needed to learn how to fix the ice maker on my refrigerator yesterday. I just opened a YouTube page, and there it was. A guy took me step by step through it.
Yeah, it's
Did it
unbelievable.
fix it?
Yeah.
Nicely done.
It's unbelievable. YouTube is outstanding. But if you don't have YouTube Premium, there's three settings for live streaming in terms of how many ads you get. There's aggressive, which can net you the most money, but it's also a lot of ads popping up in live stream. There's moderate, which is low, and then conservative, which is there's very few. We have it set to conservative. So we have.
Who sets it?
I did. And I thought that was the best because I did some.
I'm surprised you have the power to do that.
I was messing with it, and moderate was a lot more than I thought it would be, and conservative was like a healthy number. It would be like one or maybe two pop-up ads an hour.
Matthew, Doug, do you pronounce it Masharon?
Masharon, yeah.
Says YouTube Premium's totally worth it. I agree with you, Matthew.
Yeah, maybe Hubbard didn't give me a directive on this, so maybe they would be like, "Hey, put it to moderate." That would be more
money.
So,
I mean, the money goes to Hubbard. That's why I'm surprised that it would be something where you're in a position to.
Yeah, I didn't get a directive, but maybe I did, and I didn't see it. But
So at the end of the day, though, you do control this.
I guess in a way.
Wow! No further questions.
But I can't set it to have it any less. I can't set it to have any less. You can't set it to have no ads. YouTube has to make money, and then by extension, Hubbard, who runs the channel, makes money off of it. But I mean, come on now. It's not like I'm hitting a button over here. It's like feed them an ad. That's not what I do.
All right.
But I will say, like,
the PSAs suck. I understand the ads. You got to make money, but stop with the PSAs.
Come on, Jackson.
It's from the Austin Ass Hanky. Doug, this is a program that just went 80 minutes without taking a commercial break.
Therein lies the rub. You get 80 minutes, and if I didn't put a PSA in there, we would have had a 3-minute break. And I need time to pee. Doug needs time to freshen up.
What PSA did you put in there?
It's They're just labeled, and I just toss them in there. They're all approved to be played.
But a PSA is a public service announcement.
Nice.
Don't text while driving. And today's a makeup day. Today's a makeup game.
So I didn't know we had PSAs.
Yes. Yeah. We use those only when breaks are really short and I need to get some time. So that's what we do. That was a direct.
I had 4 live ads with the first 30 minutes this morning. It's Hunchback of Uncastle.
Probably, but they were probably back-to-backers, if I had to guess. And the last one being skippable, if I had to guess.
Yeah, and you can skip them all relatively quickly.
Usually, the YouTube ads are usually 15 seconds, and then the next one you get 5 seconds so you can skip. So 20 seconds total. I could be wrong. But again, like I'm just doing what... I'm not even hitting any buttons to make it different. I'm putting it as low as possible. I don't know.
They're debating right now who is to blame.
Oh, goodness. No one is. Blame Google. They own YouTube.
I think this is on you. You have to wear it.
Yeah, you and Don Pepe are on the same page, Doug. Walrus King says, wait, we're blaming Jackson for the ads? Don Pepe says, technically, he is responsible for the ad selection.
Oh, kiss my ass.
We pushed him over the edge.
Technically, he's responsible for the ad.
No, why did he change his...
Because that whenever you say technically like that, it's rubbing me the wrong way.
Did you like Johnny Gill's song "Rub You the Right Way"? 91.
I don't know that I've
heard
heard
Manual.
that one.
No, really like that.
Is that about Manuel Stim?
Don't believe so.
Gosh.
Rub me the right way. Sorry.
Rub you the right way.
Rub you the right way. That's important.
Okay, so
that's a phrase you use for someone you just like them.
Right? Yeah, I get that. But if we're talking the literal sense.
Somebody retracted Joshy Tuna's message.
Probably Joshy Tuna himself.
Oh, is that
I guess.
right?
It's pretty much the only people who can retract the message. Just return to sender.
You like Return to Sender by Elvis Presley?
Return to sender. Address unknown. No such number. No one home. I think that's the last line.
Guys, the blame clearly lies on the Plowhawk's girthy hog. It goes back to the Plowhawk. Hadn't been on the show in 5 months, and he's getting hit now.
A lot of it's on him, though.
Even when he was
In
here,
absentia.
that wouldn't have been fair. Despite the fact that he hasn't been here since April.
Hey, poor people! Stop paying for Spotify and pay for YouTube Premium. It comes with YouTube Music, which is just as good. And you get ad-free YouTube. It's from the Kansas City Gray Sexual.
Okay.
That is a nice deal. If you can lock your phone while you're... Do you know, Tim, if you can lock your phone while you're listening to music on YouTube?
I haven't done it. I need to explore that. That'd be lovely to have.
If that's the case, then you would have no need for Apple Music or Spotify.
I get in more trouble not locking my phone. Making
my mom
random
does the
phone
same
calls
thing,
to people.
My mom does it. She'll throw her phone open in her purse.
Ken's Wedding Toast agrees that Jackson's to blame. Jackson made a change recently, and it's way worse.
I didn't... What the hell are you talking about?
Are you ready
Ken's
to
Wedding Toast.
apologize?
Yeah, it's time, Doug.
I haven't
Thank
made
you.
a change. What is it? How would he know if I've made a change? I'm not live streaming my post-show work.
Joshy Tuna says you're removing his messages in the YouTube.
No, I'm not.
Now
You know
you're
what?
censoring people?
No, if it says message retracted, that means they unsent it. Joshy Tuna.
Brian Henshin says, yes, you can, Jackson.
Yes, I can what?
As the
Just in
administrator.
general, I can. I feel like I can, and often I do.
Are you
but-
the admin?
No, I'm not. I'm not Don Draper. I hit the button that says the least amount of ads possible for a YouTube live stream. I don't know what else you want from me.
But now you're censoring comments that go
If
with
they
it?
keep it up, I'm going to put it on aggressive. We can start
Are
getting
you?
paid in the Escalade.
Oh, well, why wouldn't you?
Because it doesn't make for the most optimal user experience.
But if it makes the most money for Hubbard.
But I don't know if that's what they want. I don't know.
Now you're taking money out of Hubbard's pockets.
Wow.
Gosh, it's a lose-lose all the way around.
Man, I can't win here, can I? Nope. What can I do? What can I do?
Apologize, first off.
Hey, Vladimir Burkett, stop deleting the damn comments. Some big tough.
I'm not even in the YouTube chat. I don't have it. You can see all my tabs up here. It's just
Joshy Tuna says facts are facts.
whatever.
They are.
Joshy Tuna. This guy stinks. I've been refreshing Power Mizzou for Gabe's 10 Thoughts. That's what I've been doing on my computer.
Colonel.
I'm not on the YouTube studio part to check out. I've put on the least amount of ads. So deal with the beef. I don't know what you want from me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying over here.
Yeah,
Trying to
I
make
know,
the
you're
best
doing
possible
your best.
experience for all of our listeners because we appreciate them tuning in and supporting us. However, There's going to be some ads on the live stream. Again, it costs you nothing to watch
Nothing
it.
at all. Nothing.
So your cost is watching some advertising.
Listen to this virgin backtrack. That's from Mr. Siders, usually critical of Jackson's 7-iron distance.
I mean, all these people are telling on themselves. I am deking and dodging all of this nonsense with precision.
Are you proud of yourself for what you've done?
Yeah, I am. You know what? I'm standing tall.
Are you?
Projecting positivity, at least trying to.
The thing that you've done that I appreciate is your final 16 on the St. Louis Starter Packs Sandwich Showdown.
They're running that back?
Well, you
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm running that back?
That's correct. Gramophone won last year.
Yeah.
Doug, the 16 finalists have been posted this morning from Jackson's St. Louis Starter Packs account. I know you like a good guessing game. How many of the 16 finalists do you think you can guess?
Probably none.
Oh, yes, you can.
I don't order a lot of sandwiches.
But you know where people get sandwiches. Got emotional there for a second.
Mama's?
That's a Italian restaurant. Mom's is a deli.
Okay. See, I don't do the deli thing. I don't get sandwiches. There's too much bread involved.
Think you make you better than everybody?
There's too much bread involved.
You don't like the carbs, boy?
How about Subway Shop?
Okay. Iggy, you want to do the... Once I hear a Subway guess, that's Doug. That's Doug.
There you go. Okay.
Doug's in.
I'm back.
Now he's peeking back in.
Joya's is one of the 16.
Okay. Amaghetti's?
Amaghetti's is not.
No.
Oh, Amaghetti's is. I apologize. Yeah, 2 for 2.
Okay. Can I have some initials? They're all there in the Grove,
two,
right?
You're asking for initials after
Yeah,
2?
I don't go and get a lot of sandwiches.
How about Blue City Deli? How about
Blue
Mom's
City Deli is on there.
I said
Mom's Deli is on there.
How about Gramophone?
Gramophone is the defending champion is not on there?
Really? You're kidding me.
Oh, it is. They're not in alphabetical order. I'm looking at it. I apologize.
Can we have an initial or two?
Z.
Zoyas. Zebras. Zimmerman's? Zimmerman's got on there?
No, it didn't. Not this year, it didn't.
Ryan Zimmerman? Well, he played for the Nationals forever.
Second letter of the Z?
A.
Zabriggs. Zabriggs made it?
Nope, not this year. It didn't.
Zags.
Nope.
Zanga?
Nope.
Third letter, please.
N.
Zanabras. Zanabra's got in there.
Didn't. Not this year.
Zanzibar. Fourth letter, please.
T.
Zantz. Zantz?
Nope.
Zandermans?
I don't even know what this one is.
Zandersons?
Nope. Sandersons. The Sanderson family.
Fifth letter, please.
I.
Zantini's.
No.
Santorinos.
Just threw an N in there somehow.
John Stamos, Full House, get him out of there, baby!
Zanabonis.
We're at Z-A-N-T-I?
That's correct.
Santorini.
Next letter, please.
S.
Xantisarinos. Xanticinos. Xantisons. The next letter, please.
D.
D. Xantisd. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Hey, Mike, I want to suck your big butt cheeks.
Oh. Z-A-N-T-I-D-I-S-D?
Z-A-N-T-I-S-D.
Xantisseramos. Xanticidents. What's the next letter after D?
E.
E. Xanticiders. Xanticiders? What do they have?
I don't think they made it this year.
Next letter, please.
L.
Xantis Deli.
Yes!
Xantis Deli. That was easy.
That'll do it. Back to you, Steve.
Xantis Deli. And you guys have heard of that.
The Concord Caulk says Zanti's Deli is the pride of Concord. That's in the Concord Caulk.
That's South County, right?
That is.
Oh, you know what? I may have even been there.
Oh, no.
I think it's across from Ronnie's, right?
You're looking at the wrong guy. Although I do get the Ronnie's every once in a
The
while.
unknown DJ says Zanti's, ran by the gentleman that used to run Roberto's Trattoria. Both places are fantastic and located amongst the pores in a place called Concord.
I hear good things about Roberto's. Never been.
Yeah, it was very good. Very good.
Roberto's?
Back there by Exist Fitness. You know where that is, that strip mall?
Only St. Louis would make a big deal about bread and cold cuts from the St. Peter's Lumber.
Damn right. Well, I mean, what about Chicago? The Italian beef sandwich. That's a big thing. They make a big deal out of that. They made a whole show about it.
All right.
The Bear, we finished watching season 3 last night. Have you watched it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In retrospect, I didn't like some of it earlier, but now that I've gotten the full season of it, I did like The Bear this season.
Yeah, I thought it was outstanding. There were some episodes where I'm just like, oh.
Teen episode.
God, yes.
Was outstanding. That was directed by Io Debris, who plays
Doug, that was directed by, do you know who directed the
Hell no, I don't pay attention to who directs it.
It was by Sydney.
But she's like only 28, and she directed the hell out of that thing. That was
really
an incredible
And we got
episode.
good John Bernthal in that one, a full John Bernthal.
Great John Bernthal.
Yeah. What's your favorite John Bernthal performance?
I don't know
and why
of
is
any.
It Fury?
I don't know of any.
Okay.
Or any of these places in Safe Charles. Thanks. That's from Gary Pinkel's cell phone etiquette.
Oh, it must be one.
Zantarini's, is that not there?
That's Concord. Doug Adriana's.
Fire.
Zanti's Deli.
I guess Zanti's.
You did.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Emma Getty's.
Mm-hmm.
Fozzie's Sandwich Emporium.
Yeah.
The Gramophone. Jovic Brothers Deli. Anybody familiar with that one?
No.
That's in Maryland Heights.
Yeah,
Iggy.
it's on Westport Plaza.
Yeah. Have you had it?
Yeah. And another place in Maryland Heights that doesn't get a lot of talk, and I loved it. It's called Snarf's.
Snarf's.
That's kind of a chain, though.
Yeah, it's a
isn't
chain.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. I think they definitely.
There used to be one downtown. I don't know if it's still there or not.
I think it is. There's one in the Loop. I know that.
Jovic Brothers Deli, Companion Ledoux, Westwood Deli, Big Belly Deli, 314. That's in Old Town Florissant.
Is Vivola on there?
It is.
That's in Maryland Heights, too.
LeGrand's Smokehouse. That's adjacent to Annie Gunn's, part of Annie Gunn's. Joya's, Vivola, Blue City Deli, Mom's Deli, and Kirkwood Deli.
Never heard of some of those, but Adriana's, to me, sits atop. Gramophone, Blue City Deli right behind it.
Would that place by us here, Pork Bellies? Would that be
Potbelly, that's a
Potbellies?
national chain. They wouldn't rank that up there. That's probably in your Subway rankings.
The Joya's hot salami is just awesome.
I don't eat salami.
If you're not in St. Louis, congratulations.
Oh.
Now, some of the best places that aren't sandwich shops, there was, growing up in Brentwood, right down the street on Manchester, we called it the Greenhouse. It was just a little market. Just your mom and pop little market. I mean, you could buy baseball cards in there, but you go get your milk and.
It was a confectionery.
Yeah, but they had a little deli window. And Mike Prosperi, my friend, who's Italian, we go in there after school, and he go, "Make me a poor boy." And the old Italian guy go back there and just start slicing up roast beef and salami and cheese and pile it on a piece of French bread. That's a sandwich. And I'm sure there's a lot of those little places around, but they don't get the pub that some of the Joyas and Amaghettis and those get.
Mm-hmm.
Just find yourself a nice little Italian shop and ask them to make you a sandwich.
Okay.
Viva la Stroud!
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I just don't do a lot of sandwiches.
I had Amaghettis last week.
If I have a sandwich, I'm going to have a peanut butter and mayonnaise. I don't care where it comes from.
I'll tell you the place to go, and no one goes there, and I'm doing a disservice to myself by saying it because it's kind of my secret little spot.
What?
Volpe on the Hill.
Volpe on the Hill.
People think of it as just like where you get meats. They make a delicious sandwich with really fresh ingredients. Huge fan. Huge fan. And there's never a line.
How is fresh? How can you get? Do you get not fresh meat?
I'm not talking about meat. I'm talking about veggies and other stuff.
Yeah, and I did this the other day, and I felt kind of bad about it, but I like Amaghettis. I've talked about them quite a bit on the show. They were going to sponsor Pepperoncini until they found out what Pepperoncini was about. Then they said, we want no part of this.
It's got to be tough.
Because that's where Pepperoncini came from. Me trying to, when I order a Amaghetti special, I say I don't want the Pepperoncinis on there. But the last couple times I got it, they cut the bread uneven, where the bottom was kind of thin and the top French bread was big.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't like they got it. So I ordered it last week, and I said, can you do me a favor? I said, this is not a shot at you guys. It's just, I love you guys. But can you ask them to slice the bread evenly? Because the last couple times it was big fat on top. And I don't know. I said, God, do I do that? And then the guy says, oh, really? You don't like the way I slice it? Oh. That was top heavy again.
Good story nonetheless.
But I just don't know when to say something like that. Like you
Could
go
you
out
cut
to,
it yourself?
You go out to a restaurant. Yeah, just put the meat on the side and give me a piece of bread. I'll cut it when I get home.
After they serve it to you, couldn't you cut down the top piece a little bit?
No, but then you cut off the whole top of the French bread, the crust.
Well, you said you wanted less of it.
Yeah, you cut it in the middle so it's even.
Okay, cut it in the middle.
I asked them that, and it wasn't in the middle again. So I don't know if they did it on purpose because I asked for something. Just like if you don't ever send anything back to a restaurant, it's a little too rare. Want it medium rare. I guarantee that chef's back. I saw a chef when I worked at the Breckenridge, brought it back twice, and the guy threw the prime rib on the floor, stepped on it, put it back on the...
Oh, come on, he didn't.
Yeah, and put it back on the plate. And I said, dude, I can't serve that. Come on. Screw him. I said, well, I'm not serving it. You stepped on it, man. He goes, people don't know what they want. So I'm afraid to send stuff
I've
back.
sent a hamburger back that was completely raw. That's fair, isn't it?
Well, it's fair if you don't like the way it's cooked, but if you do it enough, they're gonna do something with it. They're gonna spit on your food. They're gonna do something to it.
Oh, gosh. Well...
Take it or leave it, you like Max's brown eye better than his blue eye.
Oh, I don't have to take or leave that.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, and they are known for their top-quality work and outstanding customer service. Pure Performance, the best place to go for replacement tires for any vehicle. They don't just sell oversized tires for your trucks and off-roading vehicles. They also carry tires and wheels for your car, minivan, or SUV, too. Now, the perfect time to spruce up your vehicle for the summer. Come visit the showroom and talk with the folks at Pure Performance in St. Charles. Ask for Shelby. It's at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles, or visit pureperformance.com. That's P-U-R performance.com. Not just accessories, but also a full-service shop at Pure Performance. You don't ever have to worry about paying for parts or services you don't need. When it comes to repairs, you can count on them to recommend only what your vehicle actually requires. It's Pure Performance, 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles, or visit pureperformance.com. That is PURperformance.com. Doug, we have a title sponsor. The title sponsor is Brown & Crouppen. What do you know about them?
Well, I know quite a bit about them. Gotten to know the principals there, Terry Crouppen, Andy Crouppen, Ed Herman. One of them comes in each Tuesday, and we have a wonderful conversation with them. If you have been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, these three and the people that work with them and under them, they can take care of you. If you have a potential personal injury case, Brown & Crouppen is the local law firm here to serve you. Justice is their business. First, you give them a call. You tell them what's happened to you. They'll give you a free evaluation. They work on a contingency basis, so there's no upfront cost to you. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid. And they've won more than $1 billion in compensation for their clients. Started out as a very small local law firm back in 1979 and has grown because of their great success to become one of the largest personal injury firms in the entire Midwest. They now have more than 250 legal professionals working for them. If you think you may need Brown & Crouppen services, give them a call. Here's the number. I'll give that now. 314-222-2222. Or you go to brownandcrouppen.com. Make sure you let them know you heard about it here on TMA. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own accord.
Mentality is FDA-approved testosterone treatment. Board-certified physicians who work with most insurance. Mentality is a local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform their very best. When you feel like you don't have the energy or drive to keep up with your kids after work, it could be low testosterone, low energy, low motivation, weight gain, muscle loss, tired all the time. These are symptoms of low testosterone. Get checked out with Mentality at lowtusa.com. The normal range for testosterone is large, so if you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it was not fully looked at. Come get checked with Mentality online at lowtusa.com. Doug, this link was sent this morning. Would you like another guessing game?
Okay, sure.
Okay. The ultimate list of social media icks.
Icks. Okay. The ultimate list.
Yep.
Like things people post that other people don't like.
Yes.
Here's what I'm having for lunch.
I think that would be up there.
I mean, there are 25 of them.
Oh, gosh.
Let's get going.
Well, if you're disliking 25 things on Facebook or social media, just get off.
How about
leave?
How about lying on the Chase Lounge? You get a picture of your feet with the swimming pool or the ocean in the background, and you say, "This is my office for the day."
Yeah.
Did you do that last week?
And I should have.
Yeah, you definitely
missed opportunity.
You kind of did that when you were in Europe. You kind of took some selfies.
Yeah, I did some of those.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
I don't see food pictures.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to assume this is written by someone that's one of the young.
It's your link.
This morning would have been the chairman's.
No, that's me.
Oh, wow. But they come from Jackson's account. I never know what the hell's going on.
This one shouldn't have.
Oh, is that right?
The audio does, because...
This one does. Jackson sent the PM links. Doug, I get PM links from Jackson, AM links from Chairman.
Yeah, two sets of eyes.
How about the post where the person's telling you their workout routine at the gym?
I was going to say gym selfie.
Yeah, is that one?
Yeah, that's got.
I like that. I like that guess.
So I don't mind the ones of, here's my dog doing something stupid.
How about people that cry into the...
Cry?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's number one. Did you look at the list?
I promise you I did not.
That's the number, setting up the camera to cry and then posting about it. I have never seen that.
I don't think I have either.
What goes on, Chairman?
Oh, they'll set it up and tell some sob story looking for sympathy.
About why my account is deleted.
Like that.
It's kind of...
I never posted anything on there that showed nipples, nudity, pornography, nothing.
No.
I never did any of that. I don't even use DMs or talk to people on there.
What is it?
It's kind of vague booking adjacent.
Doug, what is vague?
Can someone please respond to me and get back to me about why my account was deleted?
What is vague booking?
I don't know.
So there's nothing against you, Chairman Kurt. But you send links without reading them?
It's called headline hunting, and I've done it plenty.
So you just headline, and then you don't know anything about the article?
But there's certain things I know that'll get Tim and Jackson's dander up a little bit.
Well, also there's some going in fresh to it, so that you can be involved in such conversations like these.
If the headline is a little too salacious, I'll skim it to make sure there's no violations.
I've been trapped by that. Vice.com. We get very graphic with their descriptions of sexual interplay.
There's the post where people are constantly asking you to pray for them. Would that be one? When they're going to have surgery or something, please pray for me, and you get the details of the surgery they're about to have.
That seems like something for the olds. I hate to say it.
Oh, well, I'm sure it is, but I see it rather frequently.
Yeah.
Second was people who comment first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's so innocuous.
When someone does a video in their parked car, but they have their seatbelt on.
Go back to the last one. Doesn't somebody have to be the first to comment?
Yeah, but the comment is first. Like, they literally write the word first.
Yeah, they're not really adding to the conversation. They're just planting their flag.
How about if you like your own post?
When they're dubbing over the sound and their mouth doesn't line up with the words.
Yeah, you wouldn't catch me dead doing that.
That's a TikTok.
Yeah. And I guess this counts for food. It's people eating in a video.
Yeah, there's the contingent of people who really like that. They'd be fans of the mukbang.
Doug, mukbang.
Mukbang is where you take a very high quality microphone and you lay out the smorgasbord of all sorts of food, usually unhealthy in nature, and for about 2 hours you just eat without talking into the microphone.
Doug, let's watch some of those today.
How about I did a thing?
Calling. Let's see. I don't think I see. I did a thing.
Let's get you married. Whenever you take a picture of the bride, like the day before the wedding. I've seen that 100 times.
Calling things icks. That's from the 6. Posting too much about your significant other. Iggy, that's one of the ones that I know you don't like.
Yeah, I mean, if you're happy birthday to my beautiful wife, well, just lean over and tell her yourself. You don't need to tell everybody.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but first day of school pics, my God.
Well, that's kind of innocent, isn't it? It's kind of innocent and cute.
Thousands and thousands and thousands every day.
Get ready for them. They're coming up.
Yeah, school's starting in no time.
School, I think 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
My sister's a teacher, and she just had she's in a new district, but she was back today to start meetings.
Wow.
Gosh, summer goes by so much faster than winter.
Yeah, we got about 2 months of warm weather, then we're starting winter.
There you go, Doug. You can still ball strike.
Yeah. I feel like winter today. I'll tell you that much. It's hot as hell today.
When people add you to close friends and you are not close enough to see that much of them. When people add you to close friends and you are not close enough to see that much of them. I don't know.
So on Instagram, you can there's a setting that you have close friends and you hand select your followers who are your close friends, and then you can post stories or stuff just for them.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so like maybe not stuff for...
So maybe Ella Reese does that, and the hiking stuff is just sort of like creeps in the Midwest.
I would guess Patreon or other paid services where you might get more than the average thing for someone like Ella Reese, but for some people, Maybe they don't want to have a coworker see something, but they might want their buddies to see something, and so you can differentiate.
So that's
based
an
on
ick.
that.
You shouldn't have made it 25X because you're running out of things.
But if what they're saying is, if you're added to a close friend list of a person you don't really care about or know much about,
Oh, that's icky.
I guess I you know.
What about a fireworks or concert video?
Oh, concert videos have to be.
A lot of people have to post their fireworks.
Concert video is the worst.
Starting a video with commenting on how bad or crazy you look right now. Is that kind of in the same thing of looking for?
Yeah, fishing. Doing some because in theory you could have done yourself up before you got on the video. It's not like someone caught you. It's
I woke
the
up
Bonita
like
show.
Show.
Nothing's live. You can just start over.
I'm sure you could.
Notes app apologies.
Sometimes those are needed.
Yep.
You need more characters. I don't blame.
When people comment, "You're welcome" or photo cred on a photo that they took.
Yes, that's
why these are things. I'm just not familiar with this.
Yeah, so like if you take a photo, like if I took a picture of you and Doug and you guys looked all cute,
Yeah, we would.
and like Doug posted on Instagram, and I would comment photo creds to me.
Oh,
because like it takes so much effort to hit the button.
What is a millennial pause? That's number 14.
Millennial pause is when you start, like if you were to do a video staring at, like pointing to yourself, and then you hit the button and then wait a second and then go.
And that's called a millennial pause?
As opposed to starting the video and then going, and then when you edit it, just start it right at the very beginning
Right.
when you talk. Instead, it's like recording you starting the video and pausing.
Why would a person do that?
I don't know. Now I'm kind of with Iggy. Now we're at the bottom of the barrel in terms of social media etiquette.
People calling themselves Carrie Bradshaw on TikTok.
I don't know that one. That one.
I've done that a couple times.
Slip past the goal.
Although I like to think I'm more Samantha.
Yeah, you're slutty.
Is that Sex in the City?
Ugh.
Sorry.
She must be running out of money. She's doing an ad now for a video solitaire game online.
Who is Sarah Jessica Parker?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Some celebrities just really like money. Like you can get, like we could give, if we pooled enough money, Al Pacino would be the starter for our golf tournament for the Fan Page Club Championship.
Or if somebody offers
Spoiler alert.
them stupid money to do not much.
Al Pacino
most
was
people would do that.
Some video game conference, like being the MC, like the guy in his 80s.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I mean, the Hawk Tuah girl is getting $40,000 to go start some bull riding convention or something. I mean, I'm guessing we don't have the audio of this, but she was on with Bill Maher.
Positive we do not have the audio of that.
Oh, it was gold.
Doug, did you listen to the Hawk Tuah?
Missed it.
It wasn't Bill Maher's show on HBO. It's that thing he does on the podcast or something, some network it's called, where a bunch of people just do podcasts. He had her on there. And I guarantee, I mean, she's hot right now, so she's all over the place. But if you asked him and he was honest, he'd say, "What are you doing?"
You seem to have a fascination with the Hawk Tuah girl.
I don't know what makes you say that.
Well, I mean, I'm not the only one.
What do you mean, what are you doing? Why would he say, what are you doing?
Because he could tell that she was not very smart. I mean, it was very awkward. And then he started talking to her about porn, which is kind of creepy. I shouldn't talk because he's older than me. You should do a podcast on sex. Talk about porn.
I already did.
And she's like, I don't know about that.
Well, she never claimed to be smart. Someone just stuck a microphone in front of her on
But you don't go on Bill Maher.
But she invited him, or he invited her, right?
I know, but you think, her handler's saying you're going to go on with a guy who's pretty smart, does politics, and I don't know what that means.
She's not
everything.
Illiterate.
I think she dropped out in grade school.
How do you know so much about this woman?
Dropped out of school in grade?
Can I
That
get a
still
source on
happens
that?
in this country?
I thought she said I didn't finish 5th grade, which can't be true. But I think she
I'm sure it
said
was a
that once.
joke. By law, you have to go until 16?
Yeah.
16, is it?
Correct. Or at least be homeschooled.
She was on with Chelsea Handler, not Chelsea Handler, show with, gotta forget what comedian she was on. But this comedian is good friends with Matt Rife. And she was talking about Matt Rife. She goes, let's see if we can get him on. And you would have thought that she was...
That was Whitney Cummings.
Whitney Cummings. She goes, so do you want front row or back? I want back by you, boy. You're my boy. I want back by you. I mean, it's...
You were unhappy with the whole deal.
No, I just...
Get this mother off the field.
But the Bill Maher is the worst. If I were handlers, I'd say, now we're going to stay away from him.
These guys are some dumb mother.
Free Bruce Pearl.
Yeah,
God bless Butch Jones and God bless Charlie Daniels.
Yeah, the Whitney
Full
Cummings.
game of the Rondo drop.
The Whitney Cummings was. What about your mom? Oh no, she's a crack whore. What? Yeah, I'm a crack baby. Okay.
Make this stop, please. It's Brian Henson, Doug. He wants to know how Anthony Richards going to handle the deep ball.
Yeah, let's go back to the 25X.
You brought this up last week, like 4 days ago. That's from Dogtown Ty, and he is looking to go back-to-back in the fan page clip.
No, because she was just on Bill Maher, I think, 2 days ago, so I couldn't have brought it up 4 days ago.
Dogtown Ty, the action's back on you now.
But you followed her career closely.
Well, it pops up everywhere.
Does it?
Pouts is just pissed she isn't getting on OnlyFans. No leaks for pockets. That's from Flocky the Smurf.
No, I don't blame her for not getting on OnlyFans. If she's not, even if she can make millions and millions off of it, if she's not comfortable doing it, don't do it.
Iggy, if you don't like it, don't watch it. That's from Mr. Siders.
I didn't say I don't like it. I just said it's some of them is just, some of the things she's going on is kind of weird because it doesn't fit her personality.
Mr. Licks added me to his Body Wrap e-commerce group where he's hawking tumblers, metabolism pills, and Pancoin crypto advice. Thanks. That's from Taterhead Got the Number Henrique, black and white photo with no makeup because I'm a feminist.
That's interesting. There's a group chat full of this. Boy, it goes on, though. I'll tell you that much.
She was on Mar last Saturday. Bobby Lee was on this Saturday. It's from the 480.
I like Bobby Lee. He's funny.
She wasn't on the Bill Maher show. It was a Bill Maher podcast that he does. With some, I don't even know what the name of it is. It's not called the Bill Maher podcast. It's on some network he does. He said, yeah, you could do a podcast on this network with me.
You talking Club Random?
Club Random, that's it.
It said he hawked to a girl was this week on Club Random, and that was 6 days ago.
All right, well, I saw it 2 days ago, so I'm not up to date on Club Random. I just see things when they pop up.
Dogtown Ty, the action's back on you.
Mm-hmm. So if it was the first time I seen it, then I talked about it. And it's the first time it was mentioned on the show, so.
Right. Fair game.
Why do we have to talk about this girl every single day? It's from the 314.
Well, I find her interesting. Just some things she should
You just
be
said
doing.
she was stupid.
I said on Bill Maher she sounded stupid. Because he asked her like 3 things that she know the answer to. Oh, I know.
So why would you find her
And
interesting?
then Bill Maher tries to out her. He goes, yeah, I agree with you. Well, do you even know what I'm talking about? Not really. I mean, that's not a show for her to...
Okay, that's enough.
I like a little like hardcore.
You do. Like a dirty.
I don't believe she got paid for that interview either. So if you're out there trying to make some money...
It seems like you're angling to be her manager. That's what I'm getting.
That's what I'm doing with Ellery.
No,
Yeah,
I don't. No, I guess she's making a ton of money, so I guess their management team is doing very well.
You brought her up last week.
I bring her up a lot. I bring her up almost every day if something new comes up. I saw her over the weekend on Bill Maher.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I brought it up today.
Okay.
God, I'm tired of this story.
No.
Well, let's stop. Let's go back to the icky stuff. Number 25. I hate it when people post pictures of themselves and don't tag other people. Ick.
You're unhappy with the link.
That was really important to me. And
I think I on Friday when I was back in the Cuck studio.
You don't find her interesting? You're horny, you old perv. That's some Flocky the Smurf.
Well, why don't you go watch the Bill Maher thing? You think I sound like a perv? You know what you ought to do? You ought to get into sex talk. Talk about the porn out there, because that thing you do is the hawk to it. That came from porn. Nobody spit before porn. You should talk about the porn.
Is that right?
That's what he said.
Is that the genesis?
I don't know. He said nobody knew what spitting was until porn.
Color me intrigued.
Doug, when was the last time you spit?
I don't.
You get this audio, well, we won't have to talk about it.
So you're angling for us to grab this audio, to go deeper into
No,
this
because there's some
world.
cussing in it. Since it is a podcast, you'd have to edit it.
Okay. Well, we've got a nice little rundown of it.
It seems like we got to cover the whole angles.
Yeah. What'd you do in Florida, Doug?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. I almost had a near-death experience.
Oh, no.
Or felt like it anyway. I had a shark swim 3 feet in front of me.
No way.
Yep.
Big boy?
We buried the lead.
It wasn't a big boy. I was knee-deep in water.
So you're in the Gulf,
Siesta
right?
Key, yeah. Water's very warm.
knee deep, and Greg Vaughn was about 10 feet away, and a shark swam right between both of us.
Knee deep.
I was knee deep. Yeah, if that.
Probably a dusky shark.
I think it was a bonnethead shark.
They don't bite.
No, they don't really. It looked like a hammerhead. It looked like a really small.
Holy crap.
Really small hammerhead
So
shark.
how big would you say it was?
Oh, 3.5 feet, something like that.
So
Skinny.
How's that near death? You had a shark that doesn't even bite.
Because it was a shark, and I nearly had a heart attack.
Okay.
Yeah, sharks scary.
Yeah.
Especially when
Did Greg Vaughn see it?
Yeah, he did.
Oh
yeah.
my God!
Swam right between us.
You see it? You see the fin, or
No,
can you actually see
looking
in the
down.
water?
I was looking down at the water, and I saw some splashing around, and then I said, "Oh, that's a dorsal fin. That's a shark! Oh my God!
God
clear out?
Almighty! You bolt like the wind?
It didn't have time. He swam quickly between us.
Like,
and
oh,
then
you did like a selfie with it, duck
disappeared.
lips?
I would have
tagged it.
I'd had my camera to
That's
take
a
a
nick.
shot of him.
If you swim serpentine, you can get away.
Yeah,
It's true.
Well, I was
serpentine.
all of 3 or 4 steps from being completely out of the water.
Yeah, what about that?
Saw
You run into that?
dolphins at a distance.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll fly up there too. They'll move.
It was probably a grouper, just like you and Plowsy saw a Sasquatch in Florida.
No, it wasn't a grouper. It was a shark. I think bonnethead. More I look into it, I think it was a bonnethead. It's a member of the hammerhead family.
Were you and Greg Vaughn having a catch in the water?
No.
Oh.
No.
Playing Frisbee?
No.
You guys do any chicken fights?
Paddleball?
No, we didn't do any of that.
Just waiting like an old person.
Well, we just in the water like most people.
I always get thrown around by the waves.
Do you wear a swim shirt?
No.
Those are
Topless.
cute. Those are cute. When
Swim shirts?
when adult men wear the swim shirt.
He has some floaties on.
Also on the beach, you saw some kind of cult situation happening. Bunch of young Asian people, maybe 20, took their pillows out on the beach, and they laid down for 30 minutes or so while one of them just kind of walked around and stared at them. Then they got on their knees on the pillow, and their leader put his hands over their head individually and then touched their forehead, and then they would fall back like they'd been, knocked out or saved or whatever. Very odd.
That's interesting. Did you acquiesce and
I
find
walked
out
over
what's
there and
going
looked
on?
at it. I didn't ask him about it, but they were.
Get a picture?
I did got one picture from a distance, but they were filming the whole thing. Of course, had cameras going every which way on this thing.
I'm curious to see what was going on.
I was too.
You should have acquiesced.
Well, I didn't want to barge in the
This guy
middle.
leaves Channel 4 2 years and he loses his journalistic nose.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Or he's just trying to
Don't
enjoy
have the
time with
nose.
his family.
Well, when things are going on that's so weird, you don't feel like you ought to walk right in the middle of it. You just kind of want to watch at a distance.
It's fair. Very fair.
But I had never seen a shark in the water right next to me.
Yeah, right next to you.
Yeah.
Scary stuff, man. You gotta be careful around there. Warm water, though, right?
Warm water.
Yeah.
Well, what I read,
attract 'em.
there's almost never been a shark being a bonnet head shark biting
One recorded.
people. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Shark attacks in general are
Just like
pretty isolated.
barracudas. I mean, people are definitely afraid of barracudas. I don't believe there's been one barracuda attack on a human being.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'd be that scared of a if they said barracuda. I'd be scared of shark. That's what they say in Jaws. You say barracuda, everyone jumps around. It's like, what's a barracuda? You say shark, there's a panic.
The problem with that is probably a barracuda. If you catch one and he's not dead and he bites you trying to get it off the hook or something.
Yeah.
I went deep sea fishing once and a guy caught a barracuda, and the people running the boat came over and beat the hell out of that fish. They weren't taking any chances. They had clubs and they beat the hell out of the barracuda.
Yeah.
Barracuda are just territorial. Like if you see one snorkeling, like there's a place in Bermuda called Whale Bay, that's known for a lot of barracudas. And you swim out, and then you would see like 4 of them, and they would start swimming at you. All they're doing is saying, get out of our territory, this is ours, and as soon as you get out of their territory, they swim back the other way.
Well, some of those sharks have mouths that are designed to scoop up fish like right on the sand. So they don't really have mouths that could bite a human.
Right. Not built.
They're
for
more
biting.
like trying to get crabs and things that are on the ground.
Tried to pierce my nipple with a fish hook.
See, that can happen too when you're out there.
I didn't try to do that.
Look for homes. I got one sent to me overnight. Intriguing. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. Jeff Lottman, JEFFLOTTMAN.com. That's Jeff Lottman, Compass Realty. If you're looking to buy a home or sell a home, the expectation, you're going to see mortgage rates drop, Doug. And if you have a great credit score, it already did on Friday for you. What are you going to do? You're going to go to JEFFLOTTMANN.com. You're going to buy a home, and then you're going to have to sell your home, and you're working with Jeff Lottman of Compass Realty. JEFFLOTTMANN.com. That's Jeff Lotman with Compass Realty and the Compass Concierge, which allows you to work with Compass, and they take your home buying or selling experience to the next level, whether you're preparing to sell or want to enhance your new space. Compass Concierge has you covered. No upfront costs, need fresh paint, new carpet, light renovations, home staging. Compass Concierge has you covered. Unlock exclusive benefits. Get your home market ready without any upfront costs. Increase your home's value, hassle-free. Just go to jefflotman.com, JEFFLOTTMANN.com, 910 in St. Louis. Get ready for the Schaefer Door Company 9 o'clock hour, which will include the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Can the JV golf coach send a message and win 3 straight to start the month of August? Find out at about 9:50. Then Jackson and I will find out why they're not happy on Balloon Party from 10 to 11 on 101 ESPN. This is TMA, presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve. That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown & Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222. Because at Brown & Crouppen, justice is our business.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA. It is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families. And one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Rosalita's Cantina is known for having the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From carne con cerveza to shrimp diablo, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita. Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and brunch at the De Pere location on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 3. Check out RosalitasCantina.com or visit the downtown or De Pere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. No insurance? No problem. 100 West Dental has a plan when you don't. For ease and affordability. Feeling nervous? Not anymore. 100 West Dental provides complete comfort during quality care. Over 350 5-star reviews agree. When you want to get your smile into winning shape, get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. Consult virtually with Dr. Pryor or book online at 100westdental.com.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. what I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN, HD1 by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA all day.
105.7 HD2. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
Well, Jackson's mocking the Cardinals.
I think they're about to get hot.
How many human beings will be in the ballpark at 4:15 today, Doug? Cardinals and Mets make
maybe 15,000.
Under actual human bodies,
Yes.
asses in seats. I'll go with Doug and say around 15K.
God, I wish I could, but there's no way to bet.
Right,
Because
'cause they have no
they'll
idea.
say the 35,000.
Yeah, I bet they'll say 30 and change, but in reality, it'll be more like
A Monday 4:15 game, 94 degrees.
I would imagine they would claim all the sales of the game when it got rained out.
yeah. Ooh, yeah, I guess because those are
I don't
tickets
remember
sold.
when the game was. If it was in May and for a game against the Mets, they probably sold 30,000 tickets.
Don't you have tickets to this makeup game? Didn't you go
I
to
might.
a Mets game that was
you know
rained
what?
out?
I think I do. I just now realized that.
You going?
I hadn't thought about it.
Well, now, I mean, 4:15.
yeah.
You got time.
Yeah, I was going to go with John Vaughn.
Yeah. Well, maybe now you
Forgotten
just
about
change
it.
your Monday plan and you'll be at the Cardinal game.
Huh.
Watching this
Maybe
club.
Maybe I will.
Sean Manaea on the mound.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, on your Ponte.
I'm glad you said that because I'd forgotten.
Yeah, there you go. Send your emails in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. It's the Schaefer Door Company, 9 o'clock hour here on TMA. Jackson and I go down the hallway. It'll be fine. The Cardinals lost 3 or 4 to the Cubs. It will be fine.
Especially since we were
I
complimentary.
need a Stephen Wildwood mic drop.
Yeah, APB out for that. Yep. But we were complimentary about the club on Friday, so they're going to be especially angry today.
Well, what I said was because Goldschmidt and Arenado have been hitting since Pham came over, granted small sample size, and Eric Fetty was starting. That didn't really go well. 5 runs in the second inning on Friday afternoon. And I thought, well, it was a really bad loss on Thursday night, uncharacteristic for this team. I don't know.
First one all year.
Yeah,
lost after
but I mean, I went to
3.
bed. I just happened to, I saw they were up by, 2 in the top of the 9th, and I'm like, well, they're going to win. You don't even think anything of it. So when I woke up the next morning to do my usual routine, I'm like, holy crap, they lost. It stunned me. Whereas back in, say, like the Ryan Franklin, Dave Veers kind of eras, a loss in the bottom of the 9th is certainly, I don't know, felt like about 25% of the time it could happen. So that's why it was so surprising. And then I thought, well, you got Eric Fetty starting. You play at 120 the next day. You move on quickly. You win it. And then that didn't work out. You give up 5 runs in the second inning. And then they were down, was it 4-0 on Saturday before the comeback? They were down by a decent amount.
Maybe? Yeah.
And sweet Mother Mercy.
Yeah, backed their way into that one.
And then you got Miles Michaelis, who's either really good or really rough. He wasn't terrible last night, but that certainly was a bad start. 4 innings. And Doug, now you're sitting there and you're staring down the barrel of it a little bit here. Less than 50 games left.
A lot of
bunch
good
of teams.
Yeah,
they only play 3 games of those 49 against a team with a record below 500.
Yeah.
How about that?
22 consecutive games against teams with winning records.
So,
Or, I'm sorry, 22 in playoff hunt right now.
And the teams ahead of them in the wild card race are very hot. Arizona, San Diego, Atlanta's picked it up.
Yeah, Atlanta's mounted a Sunday charge. Kind of surprising considering all their injuries. Padres built for October with the bullpen. But ESPN's just got a column out this morning following the trade deadline, ranking the teams in the mix, and the Cardinals are 5th of the teams for the wild card spot. They got the Pirates at 6th.
Yeah, I think Fangraphs has them at like 23% to make the playoffs. So
not looking good right at the moment.
But statistically, especially over the last like 7 years, they've been a very good second half team. Post All-Star break, their numbers have been really good. And even in the last couple of years, even last year when they were really bad, they were a lot better in the second half than they were the first half.
You just hope that the hot stretch they had between the middle of May and the end of June wasn't their only hot stretch. They're going to have another one like that to get in.
Yep, no doubt.
I'm just not sure they've got the starting pitching to do that.
That was one of the biggest keys in that run. Was starting pitching was pretty solid. It's been bad. Really.
I don't know if the White Sox are going to do it this year. But Doug, they'll have a chance to at least tie an American League record if they can lose to the A's tonight. That'll be 21 in a row. Ozzie Guillen had some thoughts on it. You know, he's a former White Sox manager.
Yeah.
You take out the 20-game losing streak and the 14-game losing streak, they still have the worst record in baseball.
Yeah. Wow.
The math is so bad. I thought they're 40 games under. No, they're 60 games under.
You always be nice with the White Sox.
They lost 34 straight games if you combine 2 losing streaks.
That mean Pedro is 100 games under 500.
Yes,
and he got the job.
He's 100 games under.
Oh boy. Yeah. I gotta go to psychology tomorrow. I gotta go to the doctor.
Psychologist.
No, I do. I had to bring my, because some 3 years ago I was happy, man. Now I'm bitter and weird.
You're bitter watching this team play?
No, it's like because I don't think I was the bad manager when they picked Pedro in front of me. I gotta see a psychiatrist. Yeah. So I'm drinking a lot.
You are.
I have problems with my wife a lot. I scream into. The only people who get along with me is my grandkids. Everybody else, I hate him. I don't know why.
Don't take it personally.
Maybe that's why. I swear to God. I'm not playing around. A lot of people think. I know. I thought like I was bitter myself. Like, my God, I'm this bad.
I think it's generally assumed that the worst team in recent modern baseball history was the expansion Mets, 1962. They lost 120 games out of the 160 they played. They were 40 and 120. The White Sox, I don't think, are going to be quite that bad. They've already won. Well, they could be. They're still going to need 13 wins here at the end of the season to equal that.
60 games below 500. It's just really tough when you look at it. I'm looking at the standings in 27 and 87. It's just so
in the
bad.
playoffs, like La Russa's first or second year there?
I believe they made the playoffs his first year.
And the thing about the White Sox, they just traded a bunch of their better players.
Oh, yeah.
So it could get worse.
Yeah,
Or it can't get any worse. It could stay this bad.
Yeah. No Paul DeYoung anymore.
No. And Fetty was one of their better pitchers.
Yep. I remember the first time that we talked about Tommy Pham this year was when he was with the White Sox, when they sent him to home plate on a fly ball that might have been 15 feet outside the infield, and he was out by 8 steps, and then he was barking at everybody, including the third base coach. And so, if that goes to show you where their offense has been this year. They're sending guys on shallow fly balls to left field.
Sometimes you wonder how these guys got their jobs. You know, you don't have to be around baseball a lot before you see a fly ball and say, we got no chance to score on that, stay right here.
Yeah, I guess
it doesn't take a whole lot of experience.
Right. Yeah, it's tough for the Pale Hose. I mean, 20 straight losses is just brutal.
Yeah.
So brutal.
James Carlton's usually in at this time. He's not going to be in today, but he's online at carltoninsurance.net, 314-961-4800, 378 five-star reviews for James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. Big Missouri fan. He'll be presenting the Colonel this coming year. 379 five-star reviews now. Just went there. And both on TMA and on Balloon Party, so looking forward to that. James Carlton's my insurance agent. I'd like him to become yours as well. Make the switch. You'll be happy you did. They do all the paperwork for you. 314-961-4800 to go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton. State Farm. Jackson, you say this is quality audio of the NBC Olympics announcer on the men's 100-meter.
Yep.
I did not hear the call.
Here we go.
All right, let's hear it.
There's an Olympic gold medal waiting for somebody who will
Noah Lyles ended up winning.
So he had the wrong winner.
He had the wrong winner.
And he didn't even couch it by saying it looks like this guy won it, but we'll wait to see.
That's the key. When you have a finish that close, and if people haven't seen that, I would highly recommend looking at the photo. It's unbelievable how close it is.
He said Fred Curley pushed him. He finished third.
But they were all within like a fraction of a second.
Well, I think the last place guy was a half a second behind.
Yeah, that sprint. Well, that's the most electric 10 seconds in the entire Olympics.
And Noah Lyles is good for track and field. You haven't really had a personality since Usain Bolt. This guy, he speaks his mind. He calls people out. He says these guys should be afraid. I underestimated him. I underestimated him in the semis. He said, I won't do that again. If I were the rest of these guys in the finals, I'd be scared. That's that. You need that. He's got a great personality. He backed it up.
But I think so. It did look like it. But I think your chest has to be the thing in front of it. So it's supposed to mirror like a finish line where you would break it with your chest, not with your foot.
Your clavicle, wherever that is.
Right.
Can't you break it with your head?
No.
Because I think
you can't break the finish line with your head?
No, I think it has to be your torso. And his torso, the Jamaican guy's torso, was all hunched over, and Lyles was out.
Oh, really?
So I think that's what, because it's supposed to be like a finish line, like if it was like a piece of tape. So you couldn't break that with your foot or face.
I think it should be your foot.
I think it should be anything that gets across the line. Just break the plane.
Yeah, because when you lean, sometimes you lean and you lean too quickly, so it's not just running fast. You got to lean too. It should just be your foot. It was the foot, I think. Jamaican.
The Jamaican guy was the one. Yeah.
How about the unfortunate pole vaulter? Whose
I was just going to ask you.
Sweet. So is that his bulge?
Yeah.
His bulge grazed the
clipped the bar and pulled it over.
Was he in agony, or was it just like, oh rats, I lost?
I think it was all rats, I lost.
Okay.
I think he's winning.
It wasn't his ween. It was his shin, and then his knee hit it too, and it was coming down when his boner hit it.
Oh. He was erect at the Olympics.
Oh,
was
Billy.
Don't you get taped down for something like that?
No, I got a feeling that probably Vivid or somebody's already offered him a contract, because that thing...
Don't you think Vivid
God, it always gets down to porn. Everything gets down to porn.
Well, that thing hit it, and you could see that thing is monstrous. It started boinging up and down.
Oh. It didn't.
It did. Have you seen the video?
I saw the still pictures.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Watch the video.
His bulge is resting upon the pole vault.
And then when the bar came down, this thing went boing, 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 and started bouncing
don't make
all
that
over the
noise.
place. Go watch the video. But it was coming down before his ween hit it.
I don't know.
Very rarely do you get a boner at Hito. Some of these
Thank you for the delicious boner.
Some of these guys, I don't know if it was water polo. I saw a picture of it. I think they're the only ones that still wear Speedos in the pool, because the swimmers don't anymore. They got erections.
Oh, they do not.
They do not. They have erections.
They don't.
What are you doing under the pool to come out of the pool with an erection?
How do you know that they're erect?
You can see it. It's pointing out like a
Is it
pencil.
possible the suits are so tiny that you can't help but see something?
But, I mean, it's one thing to be, smashed in there, nothing to be poking out.
I don't
There's
think it
nothing that gets me harder than jorts.
I think
nothing was poking
I think the
out.
divers have Speedos. They're coming out of the pool. What are you doing under the water to come out of there with a boner?
I just don't know
I
that you
haven't
could be
seen
so
that.
positive that they're erect.
Well, look at the pictures.
My nipples are hard. I am excited.
Who was that?
Tough delivery on that, too.
Yeah, it was well done.
When
You
you
never always
deadpan it.
read off the prompter. Doug, you wanted to hear Stephen A. Smith's top 5 sports cities in America?
Oh, sure. Okay.
You want to guess them?
New York, L.A.,
Philadelphia, for sure.
Atlanta.
Chicago.
Boston.
Atlanta.
Boston's got to be in there. They win everything.
I don't know if he'll put Boston in there.
He's got to be
Should.
controversial. So he won't put Boston, I bet.
Put Atlanta in there.
I don't think he'll put ATL in. I think it'll be
I
New
wish-
York, LA, Chicago,
Philadelphia's going to be in there.
Philly, yeah, and then
That's
he'll have to go. He'll have to go like
River
off.
Fire.
He might go like Pittsburgh.
Something weird.
He'll do
just
something
so that
All right.
people
See,
like us play the clip.
You know something? I decided to do a special edition of Stevens A-List just for y'all right now, okay? The top 5 cities in the United States. Sports town. Number 5, we're gonna go with Houston, okay? You know what you got in the Astros, you know what you got in the Rockets. H-Town can't be ignored, you understand? Number 4 on the list, who you got for me right now. I'm talking Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, okay? Philadelphia Sixers, Phillies, Eagles, etc. Number 3, New York City. You know I ain't gonna forget that, okay? New York City is New York City, all right? We gonna go with that. Number 2 on the list, Chicago, Chi-Town. Now look, when you got teams losing as much as they lose, and fans still show up in this freezing ass temperature, you gotta give love to the city of Chicago. The Bulls ain't won nothing since Michael Jordan left town, but damn it, you had them. Chicago is a phenomenal sports town. They ain't number 1, no. I hate this. This breaks my heart. It hurts me so bad, but go ahead and give it to them. It's the city of Boston. It's the city of Boston. The reigning, defending NBA champion Boston Celtics. I cannot deny.
He doesn't like it.
I cannot deny. And damn it ain't much to do there outside of sport.
Says his top 5 sports cities.
Yes.
That's what he said. Boston's had an incredible run of winning championships.
Yeah,
Incredible.
every team of theirs have won in the 21st century. Most of them multiple times. When you look at New England,
Football, many times.
The only one that hasn't won multiples is the Bruins, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Doug, they got it. Was it 2011? Vancouver
I don't know the
Riots,
years, Tim.
2010?
But either way, when you win, I mean, there's that kid who's always at the parades saying, like, I've been to this many parades and I was born in 1999 or something.
They do have passionate fans. I'm not sure you could say that about Houston.
Houston
I've been
is a
to
little
games
surprising.
in Houston. I didn't notice that being anything special.
The Astros have won, but the Rockets, since the mid-'90s, have not really been a threat. And
Well,
then
we have no idea what his
Texans.
criteria is. Is his criteria the most wins or the most teams?
I don't think there is a
No,
criteria.
I think it's from the mind of
passionate
Stephen A.
fans?
You didn't think about the best fans in baseball.
Yeah, what about
Right,
that?
left us out.
I think it might be the same process Larry Nickel employs when it's the top 5 countries in the world.
Whatever he heard most recently.
Until we get to 1. Yeah.
Is he at the Olympics? Is that like a game day thing he was
They were in
doing?
Chicago.
I don't know where he was.
Chicago, like for Bears camp?
I don't know what the event was, but they were in what looked like a hotel ballroom doing a live show. I think it might have been First Take.
Okay. Boy, he's not wrong. The Chicago sports have done. The Bulls are like one of the worst organizations since Jordan left. Like have and no hope either.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. I'm excited. I'm really excited for this Hard Knocks. I think
There
did
you
the
go,
first
Doug.
episode come out last night or is it today? I think it's out right now. I'm
You
really
see,
looking forward to watching.
He's told his teammates to pick up the trash
I
behind
saw
him.
that. I saw it. I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, I did. I like. He's a rookie, but they say in the Hard Knocks trailer he was like you have to say like your name, your school, and how much your signing bonus was. He's like Caleb Williams, USC, fight on $25.5 million. And they're pros in there, like veterans who have never made that
I'm
much
sure.
in their career.
Doug, that's Stephen A. Smith on the ESPN side. Meanwhile, on the FS1 side, per Front Office Sports, with Skip Bayless gone, FS1 could blow up the studio lineup. This could be our opportunity.
Yeah.
I see it. Skip Bayless's departure from FS1 could be the impetus for the network to blow up most of its weekday studio show lineup. With Bayless tweeting that Friday's show is his last. After 8 years at FS1, the spotlight now turns to the rest of the network's on-air talent and studio shows. I'm hearing FS1 could completely revamp its current lineup, canceling Bayless's Undisputed, moving talent around to different or new shows, and possibly building a new program around Danny Parkins.
Doug, I know you're excited here.
What the hell is Danny Parkins?
He was on our show and he was attacking St. Louis. He used to be a Kansas City guy.
Oh, really?
Now he's in Chi-Town. Stand
How
up.
long ago would that have been?
We were at 920, so a decade.
And he was just like, was he writing for the role?
He was doing the thing in Kansas City where you make fun of St. Louis. I think they've kind of like moved past us now, like Des Moines.
I thought the guy who called me
Who's our new
ravioli.
enemy?
He was in
had-
L.A.
That's
Yeah.
Matt Money Smith, is that right? Matt Smith, not to be
don't know.
confused with Damon.
But I'm hurt. Had my feelings hurt that
Why
day.
did they get rid of Bayless? Money or
He got rid of himself.
he quit?
Probably
I
retired.
think he's shutting it down, which I don't blame him. He's done his little circus act for long enough. And
Oh,
he's
he's
probably
made a
made
fortune.
so much money, so just
Yeah.
hang it up and throw your Cowboys stuff in the trash.
According to sources on Front Office Sports, Doug, this was written by Michael McCarthy. The FS1 executives believe first things first, star Nick Wright is the future of the network. Jackson, are you a Nick Wright fan?
People love Nick Wright.
Is that right?
People love Nick Wright. I don't mind him. I don't
Was it
mind
on
him.
ESPN?
I thought he was.
They did it up all night with Nick Wright.
That sounds right. But he's got an interesting look. He kind of looks.
What's his look?
It's like he's
So
got
do you
this-
call it a Luke?
He's got. I don't. Oh, Luke. I do like his Luke. He kind of looks like Clay Travis with a beard and long hair.
To me, he looks like that Pittsburgh Pirates player from about a decade ago that just had the death stare in the dugout, crazy eyes. He was mad about something.
You mean the fan that Plowboy uses as his Twitter avatar? That guy. That 80s windbreaker?
I don't think
Light
we're on
denim?
the same page here.
Okay.
This guy was a player on the Pirates?
Jason Bay?
No.
Bay Witch.
Boy, he'd killed the Cardinals.
I'm looking up Nick Wright, a Pittsburgh Pirates player. So he got hair transplants, right?
Did he?
Oh, good for him.
Yeah,
I don't know what he
It
looks
was hair
like 5
restoration.
years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here, Doug. Here's Nick Wright. There he is.
You know,
And-
young guy.
Right, and then there he.
Yeah, he's had work done.
But I guess he got in an argument with somebody who said he had hair transplants, and then he said, "No, I didn't." So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. People don't really.
I don't know why you deny it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I feel like now it's much more acceptable to be totally out in the open about any work you've had done. Sometimes it's too obvious to ignore. Other times it's like something like hair, some hair touch-ups. I'd be curious if Brady would ever say anything, because I feel he got some work done.
Oh, that's a tight read, but I don't know on him. He's kind of,
I doubt he would. Although he was out there getting roasted, so maybe everything's on the table.
So Danny Parkins, Doug. Looks like we're not going to be able to get in the mix.
Gosh.
Well, St. Louis sucks.
I didn't
And
even
the
get-
people
is
in
that
St.
Danny
Louis
Parkins?
suck.
I don't know if it is.
I didn't even get a phone call from these people.
Yeah, have they not seen your material?
I didn't even get a nibble.
It'll be Nick Wright and Chris Broussard and Kevin. Do you say Wildies?
I do.
Wilds?
Yeah. People like Broussard, too.
Bayless, the godfather of sports debate, was chewed up by his former on-air partner Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp from 10 a.m. to noon in their head-to-head battle. If I'm right, I'm not sticking my ascending program in front of that buzzsaw. It's probably more likely, say my sources, that FS1 takes the promising duo of Emmanuel. Who's this?
Is it Acho?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Joy Taylor?
I don't know Joy Taylor. I know Emmanuel.
Doug, are you familiar with Emmanuel?
None of these people.
Acho?
I don't watch ESPN to hear people
This is
argue about
FS1.
sports. I don't watch that either to hear people argue about sports. We do that enough here.
You're always at these doctor's appointments. That's the prime audience, is doctor's appointments waiting room.
They also like
Really?
Keyshawn Johnson and Richard Sherman.
Yeah, they were on with Skip.
Who's hosting that show?
They were on with Skip. It would be like Skip with Keyshawn and Richard Sherman. And Richard Sherman and Skip obviously have a tumultuous relationship going back to the LOB days.
FS1's intrigued by Parkins, 37-year-old Chicago radio talk show host who recently guest hosted Colin Cowherd's show. He's good friends with Wright going back to their days at Syracuse. Cowherd publicly called Parkins the most talented sports talk radio host out there on his podcast. There you go, Doug.
Okay.
Hey, we're better than Chicago.
Yes, we are. Our weather's better.
I can tell Doug's on his game today.
Yes. Well, I speak with confidence when I say our weather is better than Chicago's.
Not in the summer.
Oh, it's better all the time.
I'd take Chicago summers
I
all
would.
day.
Really? I'd take Chicago summers.
I don't want anything to do with Chicago. I don't like Chicago.
Really?
No.
I thought it was your town.
Yeah, I was about
Chicago's
to say.
my town, see? That's when I was a gangster.
Before you were a pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so really?
I don't mind the summer weather here. I don't mind it. Hot doesn't bother
Well, that doesn't bother me, but I mean Chicago. I would take Chicago.
Yeah. I'd take St. Louis winters over Chicago.
Amen.
all the time.
Big way.
Yeah, the
Joy Taylor's brother's Jason Taylor.
Oh, Miami.
That's right.
Boy. He's a bald prince.
Is anybody watching or listening to
Bald
Fox
prince.
Sports?
They must be for what they pay these people.
Yeah, that's what I'd have to think. But again, it seems like middle of the day bar TV. Like it's just on with no sound, but the closed captioning 18 seconds behind when you're at a bar on a weekday.
Just super sports fanatics.
The old hipster says Nick Wright is a solid take Smith. He's in the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He used to be a poker player, according to MD 2020. I didn't know that.
He kind of approaches things very analytically, from what I can tell, but he plays on emotion too. I like Nick Wright.
What about Danny Parkins?
Never heard of him. Nick
He was
Wright
on our show attacking St. Louis.
Done a lot of chirping.
I just don't remember. If you were at 920, I've been listening at the time, so I'm sure I had heard him, but I can't really recall.
Why was Fesco overlooked?
Yeah. Yeah, who should get these spots? We should. They should just put us on.
Exactly right. Kevin Wildes is a regular on Bill Simmons. A little entertaining, but very unpolished. I can't imagine hitching your wagon to that dude. That's in the 3 and 4. Jackson, you're a big Bill Simmons guy. Do you know Kevin Wildes?
But the problem is I don't listen to every BS podcast because they're so long often, and I really only listen to them during basketball season. Like, I really like it during basketball when him and Rosillo do it. Outside of that, he'll go like 2.5 hours. It's very reminiscent of QFTA, where it's just very long. So I can't listen.
That was That was so passive aggressive. It was Doug, we did a 3-hour QFTA last week. After 3 hours of TMA, an hour balloon party, and then I got Jackson for 3 hours on QFTA. Yeah. And then his Adderall wore out, and he just was started like Chris Rock in New Jack City at the end, just like shaking and twitching.
I need the recharge. I need like a pit stop in NASCAR.
You can't take a second dose of this medication?
I don't have
do a little key bump.
I don't have it on me. It stays at home just for that exact reason. Because if there's ever a situation where I need more, something's gone terribly wrong.
One pill will take you through the whole day?
It's extended release. It should last the whole day, but I take it at 4 in the morning.
You get up early to take that.
Well, it's not. I'm not getting up like drugs. It's I get up. That's what time I get up.
Brian Henson endorsement. The viral takes from Nick Wright that I see are generally nuanced and thoughtful, and I like him. How about that?
I share Brian Henson's opinion because I don't listen to him on a regular basis. I don't listen to a lot of sports, like straight sports people on a regular basis.
You like the gays?
I like the gays. I like homosexual sports analysts. And
Who are those? Who are those
contributors?
Cut that off and leave the analyst part out of it.
And I will just start naming names, and we'll see how this goes. So Thompson Coburn on the line, and we'll just start outing people left and right, whether I know if they're not. No, I don't listen to a lot of like straight sports talk. But when I see clips of Nick Wright, I do like his takes.
Are you familiar with an old show? I don't know how old you would have been, but Kylie and Booms.
Kylie and Booms. No.
You have a station?
I think it was Fox.
Can't remember.
Fox, Kylie and Booms.
I don't know.
Kevin Kylie and then Chuck Booms, who was a comedian who I got to be really good friends with in Springfield. They were so talented, top-rated show. And I don't know what they did, something political, and they got kicked off. And then Kylie came back by himself, and Booms was doing a show at Jock 98.7.
This is Springfield we're talking about?
Yeah. But I haven't heard from him forever, but they were talented as hell. Maybe we should get those guys back together.
How far have you gone in the business if you're working at Jock 97 in Springfield?
Shots.
I don't know. Meyer gave him some money because we were doing a
Meyer.
Who's Meyer?
Mr. Meyer, the owner. We were doing a.
We're all just supposed to know that?
We were doing.
Mr. Meyer.
Even when he was doing Kylie and Booms, we were doing a weekly segment with Chuck Booms on the Sports Reporter show.
Somebody's going to be Chuck Booms in the text inbox.
I'm going to change the name.
Well, he's a comedian.
Chuck Booms.
So he was coming on the air once a week in Springfield. And he came down. He did a stand-up routine. He came down and did one of his shows in Springfield. He just loved Springfield. And then after a period of time getting kicked off of Fox, Mr. Myers offered him his own show in Springfield. So he came to Springfield. That lasted about 3 months before he got kicked off there. So I don't know what he's doing now.
Okay, we've been here a long time. We good?
Chuck Booms.
I thought Springfield was Ned Reynolds' town.
Yeah.
Did they like him, and did Ned like these guys encroaching?
I don't know. Ned loved Chuck Booms. He's like in awe of this guy. Hey, it's Chuck. Chuck, how are you? Chuck Booms with us. Chuck, love you, man. Hey, Chuck. Where's Chuck? Hey, Chuck.
Just know Chuck Booms has been taken now.
It's already gone.
Oh. Chuck Talent took it, so he's changed.
Chuck Talent took Chuck Booms.
It's like he married Maria Booms.
I don't know what he's doing. I got a phone number, but it's no good anymore, so I don't know what he's doing.
Give him a jingle. Let's go on. I don't see the problem.
He made fun of Frank Ladd, who was our program director. He's the one that told me that Ned wanted you out.
What was that, Chairman?
There was an exhale.
I heard a Chairman exhale.
I heard it too.
Oh, I'm good. Just
go ahead. Talk about what you want to talk about.
no, I'm hoping to learn more about Chuck Booms.
I'll go ahead. Throw out a topic. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, toss it out.
Talk more about who you playing today, Murray State.
No, gosh. Gosh.
We got Vandy this week.
They're not. No one took Vanderbilt, did they?
No.
Okay.
Guys living at the Lake of the Ozarks and going to social gatherings with my wife's work friends. The husbands all watch First Take and FS1. There's a whole nother world out there that you don't know about. That's from Scooter.
Clearly. Seem behind. I don't know anything about Danny Parkins.
Yeah. Doug, I mean, can we throw our hats in the ring, or is it too late?
I'd say it's never too late.
Yeah.
We can try to get into the back door.
No.
Yeah, what do they have that we don't?
I don't know, the ability to do 3 hours of quality radio, I guess.
But then they approach us to talk about, like, Ravens training camp, and then we have nothing. I guess we'd fake it, though, right? You like what you're seeing out of Lamar Jackson? Post-contract renegotiation?
I don't know that I could fake that very long.
Kicking myself that none of my 3 emails today will involve the name Keeler and Booms or whatever the hell Pop-Up Boot is prathering on about. That's from Brian Henshin.
Well, Kevin Kiley is very well known. I think he was at TNN and TBS for a while.
TNN? The hell's that?
The Nashville Network, right?
TNN, TNT, TBS,
Turner.
All those Turner.
Are we just naming channels now?
Well, they were all Turner. So there's that.
Sleeve Harry wants to be Mr. Myers.
I can give that. I'm going to miss out on Sleeve Harry.
I think he passed away recently.
Oh, well. Throw some water on that.
I had stock in that place. I don't know why I turned it in.
You had stock? In a radio station?
He gave all of his employees stock. There's a lady who worked there as an assistant for 30 years who's worth millions now.
They got stock?
Yeah, they got stock in Myers Communication.
What is that worth?
I turned mine in and got $600-something back, and that was only
Really?
after 2 years.
Vested stock options at local radio stations. That's news.
You got to find all the games today, folks, on TBS, which on my DirecTV is 230, 242.
no.
Is that what it is? 240. I think it's 242. Let me see if I'm right. 242.
Okay.
TBS 242.
Jesus Christ, this guy. Still looking?
Yeah, you didn't find it.
All right, well, you're looking for that. I'm going to get us ready for the Illinois Recovery Center, and I'm going to get us ready for 100 West Dental, and I'm going to get us ready for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Transform your story at Illinois Recovery Center. Illinois Recovery Center, the team believes in the strength of every individual's journey in recovery. Go to IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. The IRC builds the unwavering determination to thrive beyond the shadows of the past, whether you've made the life-saving choice to seek help on your own or you want to be prepared for the other end of an addiction intervention with a loved one. The chance to learn about addiction recovery is available to you at the Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. There was never a TV network called TNN. That's from Mr. Bojangles. Iggy, can you refute that?
Well, I don't know. I wanted to say TNT, so I'm sorry. I missed a letter.
No, there wasn't.
There was a TNN?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I thought it was the Nashville Network.
Correct.
I'm telling you.
Yep.
And that was, is that local or is that like a, it was like a.
It was a syndicated basic cable TV package. I remember.
Got it.
And so who was on there? Booms? Kylie?
Chucky Booms.
Chucky Booms?
Mr. Meyer?
He wasn't on the Nashville Network.
So you said TNN.
I think Kylie might have been, and not Booms. I think he was along the lines of a. I'm Vanna Wright, CNN Sports.
Whatever happened to him?
I don't know. That's all I was known for was that ending.
Wow. Hey, Jackson, do you know this radio show from 1973 that aired only in Springfield, Missouri, and ended 35 years before you were born? That was an absolute screeching halt. Time for daycare and applesauce.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
That's from glove vlogger Tom Traven. Dougie writes about gloves.
Could be worse ways to spend your day.
Well, it was in the mid-2000s, and it was on Fox, so it's hardly the 1970s in Springfield, dumbass.
I remember the best damn sports show, period. Remember that.
Yeah, Tom Arnold was on there for a period of time.
Until I remember.
And I interviewed the chick that was on there. She was in Playboy.
God, it always gets down to nudity.
I forgot her name.
Doug, who was on the best?
I don't know.
It was the girl on Best Damn Sports Show. Then she was in Playboy.
Is that when you talked to her about poker?
The Cardinals had just won the World Series.
Okay.
Your stock had just vested from.
Well, we talked
Mr.
about her being in
Myers.
Playboy. I don't know. I don't remember talking poker.
Lisa Guerrero?
No.
Lisa Guerrero.
No.
Leanne Tweeden.
Leanne Tweeden.
Leanne Tweeden, Doug.
You talked to her about playing in the World Series of Poker or something along those lines?
It was so long ago, I don't remember. I just remember talking about Playboy. And she talked about the Cardinals.
100 West Dental built brand new offices. They're right across from Munganess, St. Louis Acura. Think about that. It's a great location.
Okay.
Over there
It's
this
on
weekend.
Manchester and Bowman. Oh, where were you?
I had to go to Munganast.
There you go. One of very few dental offices that offer virtual consultations with a doctor. No insurance, no problem. At 100 West Dental, the membership plan aids in the cost of dental work for those who do not have dental insurance. You just have to go online at 100westdental.com. You can schedule everything there, or you can call 636-585-0100. Huge offer going on right now, so if you mention my name, you get $1,000 off an Invisalign package. If you're on the fence about Invisalign, they have a digital scanner that can show you a simulation of what it'll look like before you even go through with it. It's 100 West Dental. Dr. Brandon Pryor. Go to 100westdental.com. Mention my name, get $1,000 off Invisalign. And think about it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Ow! JV Golf Coach has won both so far in the month of August. Dan Young, kick me $20 and I'll add you to my close friends list on Instagram, stranger or otherwise. Thanks, number one Asian intern Brian Henson. Still working on that bread cutting collab, but can confirm the Colts have yet to confirm how long the starters will be playing in the first preseason game of the season. There you go.
Inside word.
Yeah, it's
Brian Henson.
Dan Young, Ken chastised KG for sharing without reading, then proceeded to peddle an uninformed, insulting take for the umpteenth time today. Holy F, exile that Hawk Tua creep to the old studio. Thanks, homies. Number one Asian intern Brian Henson, introducing the ASMR Rapunzel podcast. Come by for soft-spoken conversation with a touch of kink and a sprinkle of taboo. This week's guest, Hawk Tua girl. How smart is she really? The crispy creep says she didn't pass 5th grade. We'll issue her an IQ test and find out. Brian Henson.
Brian Henson, point two.
Krispy Kreme. It is okay to kiss a guy.
July 26th, 2054. TMA prepares to celebrate its 50th anniversary. Still in the radio business thanks to the great financial collapse of 2024. Doug Vaughn wheels his rascal scooter into the 3x3 kennel that you guys now call your studio. Simultaneously, Iggy's motorized wheelchair tires tries to enter the room. The two old men collide and start to argue. Damn it, Doug, wait your turn. Back up, you leather-skinned cougar. I was here first. Or leather-skinned cougher, I was here first. The angry stars swing their canes at each other, and Doug's walking stick knocks the comically large stack of 15 cups out of Iggy's hands, spilling water all over Doug's shirt. Woo boy, HD9's hunkiest geriatric is drenched. Doug has no choice but to disrobe and get out of those wet clothes. Iggy is enraged and keeps wrestling his 97-year-old naked coworker, whose elderly scrot is now flopping in the breeze. The Maryland Heights mattress king is clobbering Doug with what little strength he has left in his bad shoulder, wheezing like a drowning cat in the process. Iggy, destitute with the shame of lifelong poverty, starts rummaging through Doug's wallet, desperately searching for spare pan coins, when a hologram of Tim appears on screen and says, 707 in St. Louis, 807 in Jupiter. You are listening to TMA, presented by Jackson Burkett and the fine folks at goodorbad.com.
Hell yeah.
And scene. From the JV Golf Coach.
JV
Well, I like the sound of that.
Golf Coach.
One word, 3 syllables to describe how Tim looked today. Breathtaking. But this email's about the first time I finally got to be the giver in a butt demolishing. Give me 15 yards for clipping and 15 for targeting because I tapped the guy's ass in a cab last night. Lambert Airport, August 4th, 2024. The hottest tall drink of water was back from vacation and we shared a ride. There you stood. That'll teach you to look so good and feel so right. Let me tell you about the khakis I unzipped last night. It's understood I had to reach him. I let the wheel of fortune spin. I touched his hand before the Uber started crashing in. And I can't stop thinking about you, Doug. I must be emailing in a fantasy world. I'm so high on you. Tall and coy, a little crazy, sexy man just off his flight. Let me tell you about the guy I had last night.
Oh, gosh.
Piercing eyes like a raven. You seem to share my anal sin.
Oh.
You were copulating before the night started kicking in. He was screaming in the night, I know I'm getting hooked on his love. Talking to myself, running in the heat, begging for his touch in the middle of Edian Park, or is it Edian Park?
Edian Park.
I've searched the whole world over to find a bald Avenger so true. Such complete intoxication, I'm high on you. That's from Daryl B. Wad Buzding.
Daryl B. Wad Buzding. He's new.
I'm not familiar with that song. I can't think of what it is.
High on you. Is that Survivor, Doug?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Morn. I thought winning Lister of the Month would force my wife to finally break up with Xavier and let me see my kids more than the 15-minute bi-monthly supervise I get at Wally's near Pump 7. But sounds like Jackson had other plans. My representation, Donnie Most Esquire, has a copy of my submission and will be submitting a sunshine request post-haste into Jackson's process that waited wishing him a good morning every day over winning Email of the Month. Larry Nickel had been sending Tim unanswered good night and good morning Snapchat every day for 7 years, so I'd imagine he's in line for Listener of the Year. Mind you, this is also the same process that resulted in Sweet Sweet Guy being nominated as TMA Rookie of the Year for 3 straight years. I just want to get Xavier out of our lives and see my kids, man. Thanks. Formerly three-way trade deal, DBA, a poor man's coalition, Ellen Foley.
Ellen Foley.
Watch me on Stingray's new failed business venture. It's a weather podcast about spamming pages with life updates and scotch giveaways. We discuss meteorology, his new Letterman jacket in Alabama's training facility. Gigi Oakforest was on it with me. She showed me her Batwing 4 and we opened treasure chests together. Drop a comment below for a chance to win a free greens pass to a golf course nobody likes playing and a ticket to join us for dinner even though we don't like you. Big ups. Gula Gula Island busboy, tableside egg rolls, and ditch carp. Ceviche.
Gula Gula?
Who?
Gula Gula Island.
Oh.
Gula Gula Island.
I was like, Bula
He's
Bula.
new.
Sadie Hawkins, Doug, the Cardinals dropped 3 of 4 to the Cubs and have fallen 3 back in the wild card standings, almost as if they'll need to do more than hover slightly above 500 in order to get to the postseason. Meanwhile, at the Olympics, Scotty Scheffler won the gold medal in men's golf, and a French pole vaulter missed out on a winner's podium because of his giant hog. But I think the lead is that a pair of producers thought some lame audio from New York featuring people that no one in this audience is familiar with as the host naively let the caller run through his unfunny material for a minute and a half with no payoff. The Dow is down over 1,000 points and we in here talking about bearer bonds. I assume Jackson watched Die Hard or Beverly Hills Cop over the weekend, as those are 2 most popular films where bearer bonds factor into the plot. Remember in Die Hard, you had Hans Gruber and his computer whiz Theo going after the $640 million in bearer bonds that are locked in the vault at Nakatomi Plaza. Yeah. While in Beverly Hills Cop, you had Axel Foley's buddy Mikey Tandino getting whacked by Jonathan Banks in retaliation for his stealing bearer bonds while working as a security guard at Victor Maitland's warehouse. Jackson doesn't know what bonds are, but he does know a lot about this Shishawali Lister of the Month competition. I had 3-way trade deal hashtag reach out to me about losing Lister of the Month to TMA Kiss Ass #1. He just wanted to confirm that he had registered as Jackson often uses that as a blanket excuse for awarding all the sus winners.
He didn't register.
Now, I personally registered last year and didn't think I had to re-register each month, but based on what Jackson said this morning, I'm not sure that's the case. How many bearer bonds you got now, bitch? Doug, that's Buck Swope, and he is not happy that TMA Walrus #1 won the Lister of the Month. And that's who we have.
Buck Swope.
For the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, what you got?
I thought the best one, the most clever, was JV Golf Coach. I'm going to vote for JV Golf Coach.
I had me at HD9 going JV Golf Coach.
JV Golf Coach, 3 for 3 in August.
Right.
Could he do it? Could he win every month? Or every day of the month?
It's possible.
On the table.
If the White Sox can lose 20 in a row, this guy can win 20 in a row.
That's right. Hey, Jackson and I got to go down the hallway. They're not going to be happy because the Cardinals lost 3 or 4 to the Cubs. You better be ready, Jackson. Yeah. This is your time. All right.
I'm ready to bring the heat.
Can you handle the heat that's coming your way?
I guess we'll only wait to find out. 4:15 game, though. I think that will offset some of people's worries.
Yeah, they'll be excited to be. Maybe you need to get them ready for the game.
Is this a busman special or no?
I don't know.
Good question.
Qualify.
No, it's like a.
Are there any busmen left in downtown?
It's like a brunch.
There's not many busmen left.
Jackson and I got to go down the hallway and deal with it, and we will. It's Balloon Party, 101 ESPN. For Jackson, Bennett, Burkett, Chairman Kurt, Kenneth Iggy Strode, my brother Kevin, Douglas Elvin, Bonham, Tim McKernan. This has been TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
Stupiracy, the podcast where stupidity meets history and conspiracy.
You gotta question these things.
With hosts Scott Rizzuto and Tim McKernan.
I'm here to learn, everybody.
Check